Larry.
How's it going, everybody? We are live. Joining me today is Rob Video, Marty from Trash Picture Show, Captain Adam, Video Tasties, and Corey, Wookiees, Movies, and Music. How you doing, gentlemen?
Doing
Good.
great, man. Thanks for having us on.
Doing
Congratulations.
terrific. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Happy
Yeah,
birthday, Larry.
Oh,
Thank
happy
you.
birthday, bloody hell.
Yeah.
So,
Peaked.
to get this out of the way, to start off with, technically, my birthday is Wednesday. So,
Ah, well, what am I doing
yeah,
here
what the
then?
fuck?
Ah, you-
Turn this into a house of lies.
this is crap.
Yeah,
well, it's
well,
like I'm going to be traveling, so that's why I won't be able to do this.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Yeah.
so that's why it's the combination of the two. I figured, I'll do the live stream for the 1K subscribers, which I hit in January. So technically, I'm like two months late.
Never
And,
trust Larry again.
Write that down. Yeah,
Yep.
For shame.
Block him.
it's not too bad for Gareth. It's already Wednesday where he is.
That's true.
What?
Yeah.
An hour yet? Till
Nope.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
1 hour. Okay.
Well,
So,
Larry,
Almost
it's your birthday week, Larry. You celebrate all week long. You know?
oh, there you go.
There you go.
I heard it from the
Especially-
captain, guys.
Yeah.
When's 50 Cent get here?
Yeah. That's what I'm here for.
He's a captain. He has the power, technically, to call those shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Birthday
yes.
week. Yep.
Who are you going
Looks
to
like-
marry?
Yeah.
Me and
Looks
Marty,
like-
or?
Looks like we got a couple people already. Papa Goss, first comment. How's it going, sir? Thank you for stopping by. Speaking of, our
Him
man
again.
Pugwall couldn't make it tonight, but he sent us a little something. And so, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and play that now for everybody. So enjoy that. I haven't seen this yet. Apparently, Rob has seen it. So let's see what we got.
Oh, dear.
Oh my.
And if we get canceled, I'm
Oh.
coming after you,
Pugwall.
man.
It's on
I think it'll be
Pugwall.
fine. I think
Okay, this is intriguing.
It was a nice channel, wasn't it?
As a fellow Canadian, I want to wish Larry a happy birthday and may you win all your battles.
Remember when I did that kick? I learned that shit from Larry. Happy birthday, bro.
I found a new way to save money. Stop Larry buying NECA figures. That's a joke because he buys a lot of figures.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was great.
Unbelievable.
Oh man,
Illegal,
I'm completely speechless after that. Okay, show's over, guys. We're done.
Yeah, right. Can't top that.
Jump the shark already.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. That's pretty good, man.
Yeah.
Mr. Dan, how's it going, sir? Thank you so much.
Who's got cake?
Hey, Anthony, thanks for stopping by, good sir. Big
Yeah,
Tony.
You should expect an email from Elon Musk anytime now.
Yes.
Yep. And Jackie Chan.
It's just gonna like. That's what I'm saying. If we're getting canceled, it's gonna be because of that.
Yeah.
Happy birthday today and Wednesday.
Ah,
Yeah.
nice. See, Wednesday. See, they know.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Okay. Well, I'm glad he knew because none of us did. Thanks a lot, Larry. You're just supporting lies.
Well,
Yeah.
technically,
I knew his birthday was Wednesday, so I'm in on the fraud.
Rob, how dare you? You did.
Could have told us.
well, I mean, technically,
I'm in on the facade.
Gareth was there last year, and so was Marty. So technically, they knew.
I see.
Technically,
Also, it's a conspiracy. That's what you're trying to say.
well, they should have
Oh.
known.
Well, he might have
Oh,
lied
geez.
last year as well. So.
It's all
You
Oh,
never
oh.
know.
it's all RICO charges now. You're all in on it.
Hey, Holland, thanks for stopping by.
Oh,
Roy, thanks, brother. Thanks for coming by.
Hey.
Everybody's saying, hi, everybody. Thanks, man. Thanks so much again.
Happy birthday, Larry.
Where's the towel,
Happy
Gareth? The
birthday.
towel.
You got to do the dance too. Come on.
Go get the towel.
Well, I'm not wearing any
Yeah.
trousers, so.
Did you
Get
catch
ready for
any
bed.
of Gareth's stream, Captain?
Oh,
He's,
I should get the notification tomorrow.
Yeah, he'll get it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look, it just came on. He's live. Here.
Gareth was flaunting around in a towel for like 2 hours.
Man, why did I miss that?
Yeah, exactly. Peak YouTube.
I tell you what, all the times for YouTube not to send me a notification, that really let me down on that one. Yeah, I didn't get the notification. Let me see. Maybe it just popped up.
Write them a letter.
Nope, not yet. But
Write them a
maybe by
letter.
9:00.
Hey, Jen, thanks for coming by and hanging out with
Oh
us.
shit, my missus is in the chat.
Yeah,
Larry, you're
she
gonna have
knows
to
where she
cancel
is.
the stripper, dude.
Uh-oh,
I'm gonna ask you to cancel the fucking stripper.
Well, I mean, Gareth is fully clothed. He's not in the towel. That was a surprise, guys.
It's the opposite of a stripper.
He puts
If
clothes
you're throwing
on.
money, you
Yeah, I
have to
put more
fucking
clothes on as the stream goes on.
Yeah, what's that?
Put
Like
another
in
jumper on,
that was in Coyote Ugly. I think it was Coyote Ugly. But was it John Goodman in Coyote Ugly? Remember that movie?
Oh yeah. He was
Oh
a dad, right?
yeah.
He's like
Yeah.
dancing. He's dancing, and the lady in the audience is like, "Take it off," and he like takes off his shirt, and she's like, "Put it back on."
Put it on.
Oh man. James, Movie Channel, thank you, sir. Thanks for coming by and hanging
Hey
out.
Jim.
Yeah,
We
what
also
else?
got
Yeah.
Echo
Hey,
Sarah.
it's Echo.
Thank you
Yeah,
for
all
coming
day.
back. It's there.
Oh.
Oh man, that's great. So, aside from all those shenanigans, I want to say thank you everybody for coming and hanging out. The panel and everybody in the chat. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. Basically, I wanted to do this for a couple of things. Obviously, the 1K subscription subscribers celebration, and just for my birthday, kind of lump it all in together. Just because I hit the 1K in January, I couldn't make it then, and then. Well, I won't be here on my birthday. I'm gonna be traveling, so just wanted to do all this, and having all you guys hanging out and stuff like that is super awesome. Like it's a really awesome birthday gift, and especially because a lot of the guys here on the panel and a lot of y'all in the chat have been like supporters from the beginning. So thank y'all so much. I can't, I am completely.
Happy birthday!
Really?
We're gonna start lightsaber fights.
Oh, if I'd have known we were doing lightsabers, I would have got mine.
Oh, I would have brought my Schwartz.
I see I was just gonna say I see your Schwartz is as big as mine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And I love that part where he's like, "Oh, you can read that? No, I had something in my throat."
So I guess on topic of movies, and we had started talking about it prior to in the backstage area. We were talking about that awesome Predator 2 poster that Rob's got back there. So
Yeah,
on the
heck yeah.
Show off.
show of hands in the panel, who's a fan of that Predator 2 film?
Shit happens.
The thing doesn't shut off
Nice.
though. It's
Biased.
okay. You gotta
So-
hit the button like 27 times and it shuts off.
So who here from the panel has seen that film in theaters?
Holy smokes!
Bastards.
Yeah. Yeah. Not in theaters.
I saw it like my uncle took me to see it, and I was too young to watch it, and I was
yeah.
just like,
I was gonna say, yeah, man. Yeah.
32
I know,
years ago or something.
yeah, it was great. I was like,
I
man,
could have
this-
seen it. I could have went and seen it, but like I said earlier backstage, I was not at the beginning. I wasn't a fan of this movie because I didn't like the Arnie Glover transition.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then once I got over that, I enjoyed the movie and I love the movie now. So
Yeah. Well, there's a big, long story about that movie's production. It was like mired with a lot of problems, and the original screenplay was to include Arnold, but he was going to be in like almost like a consultant capacity where they would find him and have him help destroy the Predator. And the main character was actually going to be played by Patrick Swayze. And it was going to take place in LA and all that. And Patrick Spacey Patrick Swayze was going to be a cop, and just pretty much like the movie is, but with Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's helping him. But Swayze got injured during Roadhouse and had to bail. So basically everything about that movie is like last minute script changes. That's why it seems a little weird. Like it's not, I always consider it's not like a sequel to Predator. It's another Predator movie. It's like a totally different thing.
Right.
There was a few drafts, like Dark Horse ended up incorporating one of the really early ones, which was like a Days of Our Lives plot, where Dutch had a fucking twin brother. Dutch had they were going to bring Arnie back as a twin, and you're like,
Yeah.
hold on a minute now, this is Yeah, but
Would've-
it made a good comic, but it was a fucking shit idea for a follow-up movie.
That would not make a good movie, I don't think.
Surely it'd be Danny DeVito. In it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say if Danny DeVito showed up in that, I would have been like 100% in. No.
Yeah.
Like he was the cop character.
Yeah, absolutely. And his twin brother.
Oh man, no,
Yeah, it's hard to that'd be hard to hate on that.
Yeah, I got to tell you, the more I think about it, the more I kind of like it.
Now, do you think it would have been like that Swayze version? Do you think that would have been like people would have liked that better just because Arnie's in it? Or
I mean, yeah, the star power. I think I think at that time he could have done no wrong. Yeah, it could have been a Smurfs movie and it would have made money.
I think that's what I was expecting, anyways.
Yeah,
I was gonna say at that time, I think if they could have thrown Schwarzenegger's name in there, it would have bumped it up.
It probably would have. Like,
he was
100%.
flying high during that time. So.
Oh yeah.
The thing I like though, because Arnie's not in it, there's more of a focus on the creature. So as a result, we get more lore. That's,
you learn.
Yeah,
you learn more about it. That's what I like. Is like you learn more about the predator, and there's more of a culture. You learn more of the predator culture, and like how it won't kill anything if it's pregnant. Like it won't kill you if it's not armed. Well, you learn that in the first one. If you're not armed, it won't kill you. But you just learn more about it. And you're right. It is since Arnie's not in it. It's all about the monster.
Yeah, I it's weird to think like if Swayze would have been in it, would he still had the big hair and
probably
him with Paxton? I don't know if that would have been. I don't know if I could like take it.
Much, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's what I heard was there was just a lot of changes, and so Paxton's character might not even been in it. I don't know. It could have been a totally different movie.
there was supposed to be a version. They fucking approached Steven Seagal as well.
Oh my god! Oh,
really?
No.
Gareth would have loved to see that, right?
Thank God
Let's make that now.
And they're just pulling that fucking ponytailed head.
Sit down throughout it.
Yeah.
Something I would like to see a version where it's like the regular Predator movie, and then out of nowhere, Steven Seagal comes over nowhere and kicks the shit out of the Predator. That would be funny as shit. I would laugh at that.
Yeah, you can't lose to a Predator.
It has to be Gino from Out for Justice.
Yeah, there you go.
Like, what's Gino doing here? Or yells out, "Anybody see Richie?" And then he beats up the Predator.
Yeah,
I'm still looking
he's
for
like
Richie.
making jokes at the Predator and stuff like that.
Yeah, totally different movie. That would be a totally different film.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Predator is a cheat anyway because he's invisible with high.
That's right.
Weapon.
That's a coward.
Yeah, bang.
Cowardly way to do
from
things.
A mile away. So yeah, it's not much of a threat to him.
Well, the thing, like, it's funny, like Predator 2, Danny Glover's character. I don't remember his name now, but he's just
Harrigan.
like Harrigan. Thank you. Yeah, he's so harsh. He's so hard. Like he's like a really. I mean, for Danny Glover to play that kind of a role is pretty surprising,
Yeah, that's why I end up liking the movie, because he's a mean bastard in that movie, man. He grabs Gary Busey, throws him up against the wall. He's like telling everybody to F off. I'm gonna beat the shit out of everybody and don't get in my way, and I'll stomp all up and down your ass. Like that's what he says the whole movie.
Yep.
That's what I like as well. That he's so mean because it's the future of 1997, and LA is just that fucking dangerous.
Yeah.
It's like
Nobody has any patience anymore. Everybody's up to here with everything.
Yeah, and it's hot. It's really hot.
It's hot, isn't it? Everyone's sweaty.
So
everybody's all pitted out. It's great.
It was like 97, so like on people that didn't know any better, they're like, "Wait, I thought Blade Runner's in 97. Where's the flying cars? But there's Predators. I don't know.
Multiverse. It's
multiverse. There you go.
I tuned in for the sex bots. Where are they?
Yeah, right. Exactly. No, this was when I had a fun time going with a bunch of buddies to see. This would have been early high school for me when this came out, and got to go see this with a bunch of friends, and we had a blast watching this in the theater.
I
didn't know what I was getting. I mean, I had seen the first Predator movie, so I was like, "Oh man, Predator!" And my uncle took me to see it, and I was just like, "Holy crap, man! They dialed everything up. The violence, even that part where the skyline and that penthouse." So I was like,
yes.
And turned up even the temperature. They turned the temperature up. Even the women had pit stains in that movie.
Oh yeah, everybody was.
It's hot then, right?
Yeah.
"Oh man." Yeah, that was the one thing too. Like I guess that added to the realism because everybody and their mother was like just like sweating all over.
Soaking wet, yeah.
Yeah, well, then they say that's another thing you learn about the predator is they like hot and humid environments, which is why they, the first one's like South America, and second one he's in L.A. in the summertime. And just everybody just smells like BO. You can just tell the way they look. They just
for sure.
All their secrets are wearing off. They got to reapply.
One of my all-time favorite wardrobe choices is in this movie, man. Like this dude's outfit, like when they kill the dude in the beginning, there's a golden cowboy there. One of those Jamaicans or whatever is a golden cowboy. I'm not shitting you. Just pay attention. He's like dressed in gold with cowboy guns and everything. Cowboy boots. He's a golden cowboy. I was like, holy shit.
Well,
you're talking about the guy, the shit happens guy, right?
It's like the golden cowboy, man. That's craziness.
Scorpio is the best.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with Scorpio, especially when he's like.
I'm gonna have to dress like that for Halloween one time.
Was Scorpio or the golden cowboy?
Golden cowboy.
Down at the Blue Oyster Bar.
Yeah.
I had that as my ringtone for so long when
in
my 20s. So like I used to work at a restaurant, and all of a sudden like I would forget to turn off the ringer, so then it would just go off, and I'm like,
it's my ringtone on my cell phone right now. That little bit. Yeah.
Meanwhile, there's a lone guy in the back just suddenly winks at you.
Yeah. Later. Which pocket was your handkerchief in?
All of a sudden, like I find a key in my and I'm like, where's this for?
Until tonight.
When I get a text, it's Booger screaming nerds.
Oh, nice.
Booger Ogre.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ogre. Well, it's like earlier when with the whole towel thing, when there was a lot of bush talk. I was like, don't you mean pie?
Completely unrelated, but sorry, when you were talking about ringtones, you got to choose those wisely, because I did for a long time. I had the beginning of For Those About to Rock by AC/DC as a ringtone, and now to this day, if that freaking song comes on, I'm reaching for my phone, and I haven't had that as a ringtone in years, and I still reach for look around for my phone when that song comes on. Like,
it's funny you say that, because like not too long ago I had Bill and Ted's like their guitars.
It was
on TV. I had gotten rid of it, but just not too long after I gotten rid of it, was on TV, and I came into the room looking for my phone, and my wife's laughing, and she's like, "It's the TV," and I'm like, "Oh shit!"
It's the whole like Pavlov's dog, you know. The bell ring, and you start. Where's my phone? Where's my phone?
I can attest to that. That whole Pavlov's dog theory with the cell phone ringers. Remember, like the early Nokias, they had that one ringtone. Well, there's the Clash song, "Rock the Casbah." They had that part where it has that synth part where it goes, where it's kind of off tune and it's like off tempo. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Well, every time I hear that song, I hear that part, I'm like reaching for my phone. I haven't had that phone like since '97. Like, what am I doing? It's so ingrained with me that it's like I hear that noise and I'm reaching for I'm like, this doesn't make any sense.
Just been conditioned.
I gotta calm down.
Much, you know. Man.
Yeah, it's ridiculous every time.
The good old days, man.
Yeah,
it's like it hypnotizes you.
Just downloading it over the internet. Plug it into this, install this software, copy it over to there, transfer it to your phone, and then maybe you'll get a tiny 8-bit song.
You know what's funny about that is like you would go through all that too back then. Nowadays, if the thought of that would be like, it's too much work.
Yeah. If it takes longer than a second, I don't want to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Back then, I had a cell phone that wouldn't fit in my pocket.
Yes, the old days. Motorola.
The Zach Morris phone.
You know, it was a Nokia. It was like one piece. It didn't fold up or nothing. It was just one brick with an antenna had to pull out, and it had big rubber knobs on it, and it had just one green screen. All it did was show numbers and letters.
The big fucking Motorola with the shitty screen.
Well, one of my first ones was they called it a bag phone. it was a freaking like brick, and then like you picked a handset off
Oh,
of
yeah.
that thing. It was
Holy shit.
stupid, but and you
Yeah.
paid for like 15 minutes a month to be able to talk to people, and there was no text messages. So.
I remember
Back in my
father-
day,
Kids
Yeah.
today don't know.
yeah, exactly. You don't know the pains we went through.
Nope.
My father had the that beige brick phone with the antenna on it,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then he had it
Gordon
like
Gekko
he-
kind of
right?
job.
and he had it in a leather case.
Ooh.
It was like a
Oh.
leather case went over it with like a man strap, so you can put your on your wrist and carry this thing that was like the size of my rewinder here.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Probably bigger than that.
it's like
Yeah, you didn't want to. Well, you didn't want to drop it accidentally. Even if you would drop it, you would crack the concrete it fell on because it's so big.
Or
But
kill a
it's-
child.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Walking around like Paul Heyman with that thing.
when they
Yeah,
were
for
talking,
sure, right?
or when they were talking
you're
about like
supposed
the radiation
Paul
or
Lee.
whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Like, the radiation
Yeah.
back then, it was just like take it off and you got a big old
No
tumor on
shielding.
your ear.
yeah. You just have quado growing out of your head.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Turn off the reactor.
Open your phone.
Another great Schwarzenegger movie.
Yes,
Come on.
always.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
I have a feeling this is gonna turn into like Schwarzenegger talk,
Well,
Hey.
which is fine.
My theory is it always does. It always comes back to Schwarzenegger. It
Well, I mean,
does.
the consensus is right. Like, probably the greatest action star of the '80s. Am I the only one that he's number one?
I think
Yeah,
I
There's
think-
so many great
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah,
So
It was
so
so
many
much
great
fun.
ones, but he's my
Fighting,
number one
acting,
for
directing.
sure. If I had to pick one, I'm picking Arnie for sure.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's put
Would-
Commando on.
It was funny. I was watching a YouTube video just earlier this week where it was his son. I'm blanking on his name now, but Schwarzenegger's son. That he's doing some acting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name, but
Yeah.
You
He
can
was
see
in
the
a
resemblance when you look at him, but when I was listening, it was funny. He was like, "Yeah, my dad's really corny. He likes to throw out his one-liners from his '80s movies all the time."
Brilliant.
Ah,
And I was like,
Makes
"I
me
pay
feel
money to hear that." To be like,
Yeah,
"I
that-
love the."
there's
that makes me feel good. I like knowing that.
Yeah, but he
Yeah.
would just like randomly throw it out. But he's like, "Come on, Dad." You know, it was like it's funny hearing a son say that, and we'd be like, "Yeah, give me another one."
Oh, stick around.
Yeah, yep. He's dead
There's a video.
tired.
Let off some steam. Ben.
Yep,
Ice
yep.
Age.
I had to let him go.
Yeah.
There's a video on YouTube of one of his sons doing the opening part of, I think it's T2 or whatever.
Yeah, he made his own video, didn't he?
Yeah, it's like
Oh, nice.
they put the son in there, and where he gets his leather suit and takes the glasses and all that.
Yeah.
Well, his son there's a video where he does the whole same thing.
But I tell you what, like at first I didn't see it, but when I was watching that video, I looked at his face more and more. He's more slender, but I mean, like,
Yeah.
man, you can totally see Arnold.
Yeah, for sure.
in his face.
Yeah.
He's a good actor as well because he's in the fucking spin-off from The Boys, Gen V.
It's
I
the
think-
series. I'm blanking on the name of the series that he's in. Yeah,
Gen V.
is
That's-
that okay?
Yeah, that's the spin-off. Patrick
Patrick,
Schwarzenegger.
that's it.
Yeah. He's good, and he was also funny in it's a shitty movie, but it's a funny movie. Scouts versus Zombies, or Scout
Yeah.
Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. That's
He
it.
was in
I
that.
have not seen. I haven't seen that.
Yeah. He plays a bully in that. He's pretty funny in that as well.
I'm gonna check that out.
I have to go back and watch it. I saw it once before because I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's kind of cool, but I totally didn't even realize that was him.
That same interview I was watching, he said he enjoyed growing up watching some of his dad's movies, but he said he had never seen Last Action Hero.
Oh wow, wow.
I think it's a fun one. Maybe sometimes a little overlooked, but I know
love
it's a
that
little
movie.
tongue in cheek. But I
I love
think
that
that's
movie,
a fun
man.
one.
One of my
I didn't
favorites.
see it in the.
Good movie. Fucking great soundtrack as well.
Yo,
Yeah, man,
gosh,
for sure.
the
Yeah.
soundtrack. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it
Well,
in
we
the
thought-
I didn't see it in the theater, but I did rent it, and I was on loop the whole weekend watching it. Like I was just like,
yeah, I have the single for the AC,
Oh,
the big
nice.
AC/DC song from that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Big guns.
Yeah. I remember that when that music video came out, that was big news, man.
Yeah, seeing him in after that.
Yeah, I think the biggest
the little boy
shorts.
suit.
I think the biggest problem that movie had was it came out against Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
I think that's what
Yeah.
killed
Yeah.
it. If it came out in the fall that year, I think it would have done well, but It came out, yeah.
Well,
like nothing.
The other
Was,
thing too was kind of very meta as well. I don't think people were ready for films that were commentaries on films.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was definitely a different kind of film. I mean, it was maybe it was too soon for that sort of thing. I don't know.
I will
It was
say
ahead of its time. It's time, right?
Speaking of big guns, I need to go use the bathroom, so I'll be right back.
Oh, he's gonna
nice.
Oh, he's gonna go point his pink pistol at a porcelain firing range.
Later, I'll just say I got to go take the dog for a walk.
Go in the corner.
I was gonna get the towel and just
leave it down.
Oh.
No,
I'm going right now. I don't. Really...
What are you talking about? Yeah,
you can't see me. I mean, no one cares. So
Garth glimpsed the dog, honey. We don't have a dog.
No, and the other thing I was gonna say is like, how many of us here wanted that T2 cardboard cutout of Stallone as?
Oh yeah.
I wanted that so bad.
From from Last Action Hero. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Larry, it was funny when they were doing little jabs like that in movies.
Yeah.
You know, like little pokes.
Larry, I printed that out and put it in my video store diorama as one of the posters.
Nice.
Print out as an A4 as well.
I wonder what happened. I wonder what happened to that original prop, because it really existed. Like where did it go?
He probably sent it to Stallone.
He probably autographed it and sent it to Stallone.
Or he's got it and he's like just throwing darts at it.
Yeah,
right. He sends pictures of that to Stallone. Like he's like, you wish this was you.
Yeah. Get stuffed.
Oh, he's back.
I love the story. I love the story how he tricked Stallone into starring Stopper, My Mom and That's a brilliant story.
I would to be a fly on the wall for that conversation would have been like, man, that would have been great.
Yeah.
I saw an interview of Arnie's. They asked him about that, how he claims to trick Stallone into taking the movie. And
that's what we're talking about.
Well, while he explains it, the interview where he's explaining how he did it is pretty funny because he's like all giggly and super proud of himself and everything.
He should be. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was also that. Wasn't there another video where he didn't he trick like Ventura on the set of Predator?
Oh yeah, he got the tailor to change the fucking the measuring tape on the arms.
Drove him crazy. It worked like a charm.
Oh, that's great. No man, again, it's like I guess that's Schwarzenegger was just a prankster or something like.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah.
My favorite video of his is that video where he's talking about smoking cigars.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love that video, man. I watch that when I just feeling down. I watch that video just to feel good again. Because I'm ballsy. I do what I want.
I do what I want.
With the glasses and all, that's great. I don't that would randomly come up on my YouTube feed. Like, I don't know why. I was just like, okay.
No complaints.
He liked
no complaints.
He liked his cigars.
Loves the cigars. Yeah.
Yeah, you got. Who did get hooked?
Yeah, but it gives your testosterone a little boost when you watch that video. You're like, yeah, Arnie.
Yeah.
Goddamn right.
I want to smoke some stogies too.
Yeah, let's go.
Smoke your cigars, man. Shit.
Oh, I'm gonna get it out and smoke a cigar.
Smoke it if you got it.
I want to get back to the chat real quick, guys. Looks like I've been falling behind.
Oh, there's people here. We were just hanging out together.
Yeah, this is live.
Totally forgot about that. Sorry, folks. Whoops.
Yeah. So apparently, I share a birthday with Frank Welker.
Nice.
Yeah.
Phone him up.
Hey, Lay. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you.
Hey, Lay Day's here.
Hey, Patrick. With Snickers, awesome. Thank you. Yeah, Snickers. If y'all haven't checked out Snickers on Instagram, that's hilarious, man. Looks like we also got Stacy here.
Oh, Stacy's here.
And we got our first question from Stacy. What is your favorite actor currently? Okay, I guess we'll start with Rob. How about you, sir?
I'm not. I don't watch a lot of new movies.
Is it adult movies or is it normal movies?
Is Tom Hardy still a current actor?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay, I'll take him.
Yeah.
What about you, Marty?
Giancarlo Esposito. I'm just loving even stuff that's not that good. He's fucking brilliant.
He is good in everything, isn't he?
Well, Maxine, he was probably one of my favorite parts aside from Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
What about you, Cap?
Oh, who's the guy that played in Split and he was Professor X? What's his name?
Oh yeah, McAvoy.
Yeah, was it what's his name?
James McAvoy.
Yeah, James McAvoy. Thank you very much. Yeah,
Scottish actor.
Yeah, I think he's tremendous.
Oh, that oh gosh, what was the remake he was just in?
Speak No Evil.
Yes, that he was. I thought he was jacked up for the Split movies, and he was. But no, he was pretty terrifying in that movie. I thought.
Yeah,
he did a good job.
Yeah.
What about you, Gareth?
Greg Powell from Top Gun, Maverick, and Twisters. He seems to be doing all right.
And The Dark Knight.
And The Dark Knight, yes. Famous scene in Dark Knight he's in.
Are you looking forward to him being in the Running Man remake /
Yes,
proper?
it's going to be interesting. I don't know, because I have read the book many years ago, and it is a dark, serious book, so that's what
a lot of people don't realize it's a Stephen King fucking
Richard Baskin,
story.
Back in the day.
That's a good choice. He's a good kid. That guy, he got him. I don't know. In Maverick, I was like, I don't know. I was thinking to myself, I'm not sure if I like this guy, if I don't like this guy or not.
Yeah.
I was saying this before. I wanted to go see Twisters in the theater, and I said because I saw the original in the theater. Me and Cap were talking about that, and
yeah.
And I said, no, you know what? It's probably going to be shit, so I'm not going to go see it in the theater.
I felt exactly the same.
And then I watched it at home, and I was like, hey, that's pretty good, man. And now I like that dude. So.
Yeah.
I still need to watch that one. I haven't seen it yet. What about you, Corey?
So again, I don't know whether you consider it like a current actor, but one that I've been diving into even more this year, into last year, this year, it was Mads Mikkelsen. And just there's digging into some more movies that I have just hadn't come across before. So Another Round was one that I just recently, or not too long ago. But I've always liked him, but was having a fun time digging into some movies that didn't get a wide release where I'm at. And it's been fun digging into those. So I'd say Mads.
Seen any of his foreign films, though, when he started off?
Well, one that I bought, it was on the Criterion Collection. I've not watched it yet, was The Celebration. I forget what the original title is. I've heard that was a good one. I haven't. Unfortunately, I'm guilty of not watching that one yet. So I don't know which ones are. Do you have any in specifically that
I can't think of the one. There's one where he works in a video shop, but it's from the director of Drive, Ryan Gosling film. So yeah,
wow.
it's like 90% in a video shop.
Okay, I'll have to look that up.
Like in 1999 or something, way back.
Oh wow,
cool.
Yeah, it's a fun one. It's a violent thriller as well.
Yeah, I'll have to look that up.
He should have been fucking Dr. Doom. Why the fuck from back fucking Robert Downey Jr.? He would have been a brilliant.
That's something I'll never understand. Why is he? I don't get it.
Yeah. Multiverse, man.
Money.
Yeah, I guess whatever.
And money.
Yeah, lazy writing more like.
Okay, yeah, you can argue that, but it's basically fucking Disney are like, okay, we want to hedge our bets in this fucking actor. Let's bring it back because fucking everyone loves fucking Iron Man.
I love
a pair of balls.
I love Mads in a lot of his. I love Mads in a lot of his different roles. I think he can do a great villain. So like even Casino Royale. Sorry, I thought he was great in that and like menacing. And I like I said, where you were just saying, I think he'd be a good Doctor Doom. I think he would.
But then he was in Doctor Strange, wasn't
he? Yeah, he was in Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that would make more sense. Does anyone fucking remember him in fucking Doctor Strange? No, they don't.
Not really, I guess. No.
Fucking waste, man.
He does have a great line in that when he first meets Doctor Strange, and he was like, "And you are Mr." And he's like, "Doctor, Mr. Doctor." No, it's Strange.
I guess that wouldn't have been too much different than Chris Evans,
Yeah, that was gonna say,
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Johnny
too.
Storm to Captain America.
Well, not just that, he was in that graphic novel one, The Losers.
Yeah.
So technically, he's been three now different comic characters. Have y'all seen that one? That was pretty good.
Yeah,
I did enjoy that one.
That one was really good. I guess for me, current one, I mean, the ones as of late, I would just say Tom Hardy because I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like he always brings it in everything like he's in, even in like I know people crap on the Venom films and stuff like that. I haven't seen the latest one.
Nor have I.
The one I want to see is that biker one that he's in.
It's very good. I really enjoyed that one. The Bike Riders. Yeah. Sorry, it's a really complicated name about riding motorcycles.
Larry, there is a
the
cool
reason why I
action
chose
movie
Tom
coming
Hardy
out.
was like I'll watch any movie that he's in, like even if I don't know about it.
Mm-hmm.
There's not many people I can say that about. So
There's a cool action movie from the director, The Raid, coming out called Havoc, and he's the lead in that. That looks fucking insane.
Course, yes.
Oh, nice.
I don't know anything about that one.
I wish they would do a third Raid movie, man.
Yeah, we need one because
has it been 10, 15 years now?
yeah,
just about right. That's a good
I mean,
one.
I personally, I want another Mad Max with him in it because
I think he was.
I loved it, man. It was,
I like that too.
I mean, for me, in the Mad Max films, I always do Road Warrior and Fury Road.
Yeah,
like that my top two.
The way they ended Fury Road, I thought that kind of tied into him kind of walking off, where they could kind of go a different direction and do another movie with
the story. The story I heard, I was talking to Brendan McCarthy. He was one of the writers on the first movie. He's a comic book writer who actually lives in Ennis. George Miller just fucking couldn't handle Tom Hardy fighting with everyone on fucking set, particularly Charlize Theron. They had to fucking split them up because Hardy threatened to punch fucking Charlize Theron when she fucking stood up to him about something. So he's like, nah, I'll just do a prequel movie. I'll do it about Furiosa. I won't even use fucking Charlize. I'll cast Anna Taylor-Joy.
I wouldn't have guessed that about Hardy. He always seemed like he was a pretty even-keeled guy. I wouldn't think he's a.
He nearly bit the shite out of Shia LaBeouf.
That's what I was just going to say. I heard crazy stories from Fury, with him and Shia LaBeouf. Like Shia LaBeouf was telling a story that in the hotel they were staying in, Tom Hardy was like almost like butt naked and just decided he was going to wrestle him and fight him, and they went rolling down staircase in some hotel room. And
that's awkward.
But and then they're like. They love each other though after that, but I think both of them are just kind of a different character,
That sounds like Tom Hardy, man. That's what I like about him. He's fucking crazy.
Well, I mean, just look at Bronson.
Yeah,
like
that's a fucking brilliant movie.
That movie's nuts, man. As like, but I don't know, man. I think, but the other thing too with Fury Road is just like they're also the working conditions, like the environment and stuff, and I think that added to like the tension with Hardy and stuff like that. And then not to mention, I think that film was like, I think it had already been shot for like 2 years or something like that, and it took a while to come out. Like it was on the shelf, and then it came out like 2 years later or something like that. I remember hearing something about that too. But when it came out, I loved it, man. I was like, man.
Oh, I loved it. Saw it 3 times in the theater. It's like it's probably the best recent movie I've seen, and it's not even that recent.
I'm gonna say goodnight. So thanks.
Okay,
guys. Thank you so much.
Good to see you, Gareth.
Thank you so much.
Good to see you, man.
All right, take care.
Take it easy.
Yep.
Have a good day.
That's what's crazy. I always talk about like my wife makes fun of me because I always say like, "Oh, just the other day this happened," or just the other day, and like, or just the other day I saw Fury Road, and like that was 10 years ago, or whatever. My
10 years
timeline blurs.
Me too.
Yesterday, like last week.
Yeah,
I think last year was 1998 for some reason. I just can't get with it. It's like
a bit of a jump, but
I just can't handle it, I guess.
Do you think that's why people love the 80s so much, like 80 movies so much?
Yeah, I just think everything was just a lot, I don't know, man. I think it was a lot better. Just how everything was, the attitude towards everything, and just, I don't know, you can say like, oh, maybe you're just romanticizing because you're looking back fondly. You're just being sentimental. But I don't know. I know that's part of it, sure. But, like, I don't feel the same way about the 90s. You know what I mean? Like, I think about the 90s. I mean, they were okay. But, like, when I think about the 80s, like, late 80s, I should say, I just think everything was just great, man. Everything was fun. Like, it was fun, Yep.
It seemed like they took a lot more chances on movies. There was a lot of, you talk about, like, the death of the mid-budget movies or, like, they just don't give the chances anymore for a lot of those. And there's things that you go back and watch, and I know that's like cliche now, where you're just like, there's no way they would make that movie today. Just some comedies, some action, like some things that like towed the line, but very, I don't know. They did a really great job with it. I agree. There was a lot of great movies.
Case in point, the first Revenge of the Nerds. There's
Yeah.
no way.
Yeah.
It made today.
No, absolutely not. Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely not. Well, I think a lot of it is what Frank Zappa had said in an interview once about record companies, how like through like the 60s, how there was such like avant-garde stuff coming out from like major labels that were like, they wouldn't, you wouldn't think a label like, Atlantic would give somebody like, Captain Beefheart a chance, but it's because the executives, they didn't know what the kids liked. They didn't know. They were just like, I don't know what it is. Give it a chance. Put it out there. Maybe it'll sell. Maybe it won't. Who cares? So they didn't know. They just put it out there, and of course it worked. But like now, those kids grew up, like these hippie types grew up. They think, oh well, I know what the kids like. I know what they want to see. I know what they want to hear. So we're going to put out this crap that's just like supposed to be like that, but it's not like that. And you can tell. And I agree with that. I think that's really what happens.
Going back to the chat real quick, Jim says, how can anyone not like Predator 2? It's got crazy Gary Busey in it.
Yep.
And then Mr.
You gotta love
says,
it.
Yeah, you gotta love it.
Danny Glover punching him right in the face.
Murder, mutilation, arrogant.
Yeah.
Arrogant.
Arrogant.
Great. I saw Predator 2 at the theater.
Good for you.
Jim, did that make the experience better or worse?
It's the way to see it.
Yep. Yeah.
My dad's uncle lent me Death Wish 4 on VHS when I was like 12, which was awesome. That's the thing. I think I've said it on streams before. Like when I was a kid, I would see all these like movies at my cousin's house, like the horror movies that I've seen growing up. Drace Freddy. But I would also see like Seagal. I would see action movies too. Cheech and Chong movies. Like I was like a rotating thing at my cousin's house. So it's like I shouldn't have been watching that stuff that young, but it was just I think even Rambo First Blood Part 2, I saw it at my cousin's. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I was just like, man.
Yeah. I gotta say, man, okay. First Blood Part 2 is rather tame compared to Predator 2. I mean, I remember when I first saw Predator 2, I was like I was like this, like, oh my god. There's a lot of scenes there. I was like, I shouldn't be watching this.
Yeah, but I mean, I saw First Blood Part 2 first. And then for me at that time, I was like, the violence was like, oh man, or when they're torturing them, they put them in that mud and stuff like that with the leeches and everything.
Oh, I think it's pig shit. That's what I think that is.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. All that stuff, man. Where they throw them against the fence thing, and they're like, or what is it like
it's a box spring.
Yeah, it's a box spring.
But is that where they had the battery hooked up to?
Oh yeah. In Russians.
Which later reminds me of the Hitamendo.
But Larry, like we were talking before, studios knew kids were watching this. Let's do a cartoon. Let's fucking get Cheddar on the horn and do a fucking action figure line.
That's exactly what happened.
They knew. Like I don't know. The ring at home, I think, with a lot of parents, it was for mine. I could watch anything, fucking Alien, Predator, whatever. No tits and ass though. No.
Okay,
sex.
exactly.
Yeah, same here. Actually, that's that was the line.
Absolutely, with me too. Like they would be way lenient on violence, but the TNA, like nope. Like somebody like opens up their shirt and you're like, you're not watching that. And then RoboCop, yeah, you're fine.
What about yourself? Were your folks? Was there ever a line that your folks drew about watching movies and shit?
My parents told me that, but nobody enforced it, so I watched whatever I wanted. I wasn't allowed to watch nudie movies, but I remember I watched Debbie Does Dallas at 12 years old.
Wow, that is illegal. Nice.
Before that, I was in Montreal, Quebec. They have on this French public channel. I think it was on the weekend. I think it might have been Saturday night or Friday night. It was called Emmanuel. I don't know if you ever heard of the Emmanuel porno thing. Yeah. Well, they played Emmanuel every weekend.
Yeah.
They played that at like midnight on the weekend. I think it was Friday or Saturday, and I remember being 10, 11 years old, staying up and watching that shit, and
Yeah,
nobody
and my
knew.
friends did too. It was on in the States. It was on Cinemax.
Yeah,
which is why it was the nickname for Cinemax was Skinemax.
Skinemax. Yep.
Yeah, after midnight on weekends, it was.
My parents had no idea what I was watching. So.
Well, I was gonna say this too. Like speaking of the Emmanuel ones, is like I think we had this conversation. I remember having this conversation not too long ago about like things that went on in space. Even Emmanuel went to space.
Oh yeah.
Now that I think about it, I was like, I remember that one too. I didn't see it, but I remember seeing the name, and I was like, wow, finally.
Emmanuel.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I remember the theme song. Yeah, it was good to be a teenager growing up in the mid '90s, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yep.
Yeah, all I know, I had a similar experience with my cousin too, Larry, where I lived out in the country, no cable, no satellite. I'm old, didn't have things like that. But my cousin lived in town; they had cable, and man, I'd go spend the weekend with him, and I got zero sleep because it was just HBO and Cinemax the whole time, all night long. With life changing horror, whatever,
Right, yeah.
Skin, yeah.
Well, I know it.
A lot of movies watched.
I would watch a lot of the stuff that I really shouldn't have watched at like a very, very young age. I think from like 10 to 13, I watched USA's Up All Night on Friday nights and Saturday nights. Remember that, guys?
Yep.
And like, what was it? Friday night was hosted by Gilbert Gottfried, and Saturday was Rhonda. Was Friday Rhonda was Friday night. Rhonda Shear Friday night. Gilbert Gottfried Saturday night. But they would play like just stuff I shouldn't be seeing. I watched all the Troma movies through that.
Mm-hmm.
And just all kinds of just raw stuff. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't edited that much. I mean, really, it was just edited for time. But because of the time slot, they could get away with anything, and they did. And I watched it, and I shouldn't have.
Well, I think that's the first time I saw Class of Newton High was on.
Yeah, same here. Yep.
That one, and then there was a lot of them. There's a lot of movies that what was it? Not Vice Squad. The other one that was like more female centric. It was kind of like Vice Squad. It has a similar Vice Squad name, but I can't remember it off the top of my head right now. But just all those, even the Jason marathons. They used to do.
Yeah, they do those. And the Hellraisers. I watched all the Hellraisers on there. Yeah, it was something else, man. It was different times. I mean,
yeah, man, it was great.
Yeah, and that was just on basic cable. That wasn't anything special. If you got a basic cable package, that was one of the channels. One of your 14 channels you got. 14 channels. You believe that?
Yeah, I went through puberty between 1985 and 1990. So that was the best time.
Yeah. Damn right it was.
The other one was Movies for Guys Who Likes Movies on TBS.
Yes, that was. Oh God, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, they did that.
I know y'all talked about something similar about on TBS. Cap mentioned it on one of y'all streams, and I was like, man, that's where I saw Roadhouse. That's where I saw Big Trouble. That's where I saw
this was like though before that. This was like I know that was on. That was like I guess it was like mid '90s. They started doing that with the Movies for Guys Who Like Movies, and that was like a Friday night thing, I think, or Saturday night. But this was like in like early '90s, '90 to '92 or '93. TBS would just show these movies on like weeknights. Nothing, no horror host, no show, no setup. Just like, oh, here's the Running Man.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Larry, check your chat.
How far down? Because I'm like way, way, way far down there, man.
Somebody popped in to say hi.
It's a penis.
What is it?
Hey, look at that.
Oh man.
Oh man. Hey Don.
Sorry, I saw that and I was like, I got to call that out there.
Yeah.
Oh man. I sent you the link, Don, in case you want to join. So just FYI if you can. Yeah. But thank you, brother. Thanks for. That's a great part of the birthday gift, man. I'm like a little speechless right now.
So Larry, since it is your birthday, speaking of your birthday, did anybody get you like a NECA figure, a new NECA figure? Did you get yourself one? Did you treat yourself?
I always treat myself.
Well, I know, but just something
I
special
don't have
for
to
your
wait for a birthday.
Well, I did. I got one recently, and then I actually 2 of them are arriving today.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I'm waiting
Videos
on-
coming soon? Or?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. There's one I got a Ben. I wasn't gonna buy these, but I got a Ben Cooper one. And yeah, it's of Sam from Trick or Treat. Actually,
Okay.
Nice.
let me see if I can grab it. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
But,
He's gonna go grab it. Hang in there, folks.
Grab it.
Those are the code words we're using tonight. No.
Yeah.
He's gonna grab it.
Yeah. Well, that was too much talk of Cinemax and everything. He
It got to him. It got
Yeah.
to
He
him.
just couldn't help himself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like,
Viral,
"So-
bro.
sorry
He got
guys,
this
I'll be right
viral.
back."
Where's my copy of Emmanuel?
Yeah, right. I thought I had it around here somewhere.
Yeah.
I forgot to put that in the nightstand.
Oh, it's crunchy. Why is
Yeah.
it crunchy?
There it is.
what I missed.
No, nothing.
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 You're all good.
I think we were just
So there-
singing "Happy Birthday" to you while you're
Yeah.
on, but-
So I got this. This is the Ben Cooper, the Sam one.
Nice.
And then I forgot I had also gotten like something else too. Was I got these
Herpes.
Toonie Terrors of the of the Universal Monsters.
Oh,
Hey.
nice.
That's cool.
The Mummy.
I got the Mummy, and then I also got Dracula and Frankenstein's monster. Even though it says Frankenstein, it's Frankenstein's monster.
Ooh.
And
If it says
Larry,
Frankenstein, it
Larry-
just kind of takes the credibility right away, doesn't it? Like, it's Frankenstein's monster.
yeah,
Larry, at
You
this
know?
stage, we're putting Randy Fox kids through fucking college.
Yeah.
I guess so, man. I mean, it's like, yeah. I mean, what can I say? Like I said, I got 2 that I pre-ordered last year. They're coming in right, like they should be coming in today. And then there's some other ones that I need to pre-order and stuff like that. So yeah, pretty much, I'm paying NECA's wages.
Oh, they love you. That's for sure.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this guy again, great. No, but to be honest though, like I tried to get from an online mom and pop store. Like,
Yeah.
I tried
What's it called?
Last Toy Store.
Yeah, Last Toy Store. Yeah.
I try to buy from them or any mom and pop place. I rather buy from them than from NECA directly, just because I've had a couple I've had many issues with them directly. So I just screw it, man. I'll reach out to the Last Toy Store people and be like, hey, are y'all gonna get this? And like, yeah, we're about to announce it for pre-order. I'm like, oh, cool. So I just go through them.
That random box fucking shocked me. I know you got it at a discount, but the condition of some of the fucking box. Was someone having sex on top of that fucking cardboard
Yes.
box? Fucking toys,
Yes.
man.
Yes.
Probably in
Yes,
the warehouse.
yes.
They're in the warehouse like
Yes, they were.
after
Yep.
hours.
That was after the company party.
Yeah, exactly. Like what's this thing?
Fucking
it's-
ass print on the fucking Predator box.
Yep.
Like,
It
I'll take
smells funny.
Yeah.
No, that's not it. It's funny you say that, Cap. Like I saw another video of somebody that got one of those boxes. Weird stains on it, man.
Oh, don't tell me that. Oh, man.
So that's what I have to look forward to.
Yeah.
By the
You still
way,
haven't gotten it?
by the
Yeah.
way, 11 weeks after my order.
You still haven't gotten it.
Nope, and many emails back and forth.
Wow.
Corey, what you order?
I
Let's take
ordered
a-
it was at the time, so I saw Larry's video and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And I went out there, they didn't have any of the horror mystery boxes in stock at the time. So there was the sci-fi fantasy mystery box. I ordered that on December 22nd.
Good heavens.
Wow.
December
Wow.
22nd or 23rd. Anyway, it said it was in stock and they said allow 10 business days to deliver. It takes a little longer. They're bigger. Okay. It goes on. I give a little time. I don't want to be the cranky guy. And I'm like, hey, what's going on with this? And then they threw back another email and like, no. These take like 4 to 8 weeks to get out to you. And I was like, oh, okay, that's not what it said, but I'm like,
Like
okay.
you said,
And you've also
Okay.
changed the value
Yeah.
of what they said would be in the box. And I was like, okay, I bought this when it said it was like $500 worth of stuff. Now it's like $4. I was like, I don't want to be picky, but like, is that what I'm going to get when this comes? And they're like, oh yeah. You'll get the value of when you purchase that. And anyway, many more emails. About a week ago, I said, okay, you said 4 to 8 weeks. It's 10 weeks now, and I just haven't seen anything else. And they're like, oh yeah, we're talking high priority. They're getting it shipped out now. And I sent another email today saying like, hey, we're at 11 weeks. Where are we at with this? And I haven't heard anything else back. But they charged me on day one. So
of course they did. Yeah, of course they did. Yeah.
So it was charged on day one, and I'm still 11 weeks today.
What was the price? What was the price for postage and delivery and shit?
They did a good job with that because they included it in the price. I thought
it's free. It was free shipping.
Yep.
Yeah. Of course, it's free. They haven't shipped it yet.
Yeah, right. It didn't cost anybody anything.
That was the main reason why I was like, okay, if I think about it, if it's supposed to be like $500 worth of like product, I'm like, okay, well, free shipping, I'm only paying like $130. I mean, I think you pay like tax or something like that, but no shipping. I was like, I mean, realistically, you can't really go wrong. That's, especially for a person that. I mean, for me, it's kind of hard because like I had 7 of them. I had 7 of the 14. But even then, if you actually break down the price for each one that I didn't have, it came out to like more than what I paid. So
and you can flip the 7 as well.
Right.
So that's where I thought too. Is like I don't have a lot of them, and I always thought they were cool, and I've seen people getting a lot of cool ones in the boxes, and I'm like, oh man, even if I just pick like 3 or 4 that I really like, I want to keep. Maybe I can recoup some costs, selling off the other ones. And, but yeah, can't do that until I get them in my hand. So
until 13 weeks later.
Yeah.
14 weeks later.
Well, I was talking to, a friend of mine, Anthony, Anthony's Horror and More. He's got a channel and he collects a lot of NECA as well too. And different figures. And he was like, oh, if you get that in, that'd be kind of fun to do like a live stream. We could open it up and like go through and see what you got. I'm like, oh yeah, we could do that. And so I sent him an email the other day after I got the last response. And I'm like, well, maybe before Christmas, this year we'll be able to do that. But I don't know. I'm almost waiting for an email of like, we're refunding your money and it's done, kind of a thing. I don't know.
That's the thing though. I'm still seeing people get them. Like I'm on the toy groups that I'm a part of on Facebook, like, and I was actually shocked at some of the stuff that they're getting because somebody just got one of those Ed 209s.
Oh gosh!
Fuck off!
If I got one of those in mine, I would totally forget about how long it took.
Yeah, like somebody just posted over the weekend. They posted like, oh, I finally got my sci-fi box, and they had like 2 Harry Potters. And like some other stuff, and then the main one was like the Ed 209. I was like, "Holy crap, we got an Ed 209! That's nuts, man!"
Oh, I'd go for that for sure. But that's where I got nervous. I saw some people with sci-fi sets that were getting a bunch of Predator and Alien stuff that I was like, "Oh, this is so awesome!" And then I saw somebody else with a box that had none of that, and like 50 of not 50.
The lame box.
Yeah, they'd had some boxes. I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope I don't get that box.
No, you got the booby prize.
Yeah.
I seen one where some poor bastard got all the Rob Zombie fucking monster stickers, and he's like, the look of fucking disappointment on the poor bastard's face.
Yeah, maybe I don't want to do a live stream doing that because I won't be able to have a poker face. I'll just be like, fuck.
Well, that's why I decided not to do a live stream of the unboxing. Like that's why I was like, okay, if I'm gonna do this, like. I did do it sort of like I didn't know what I was getting, so I slid it open, I opened it up, and then I reached in, I pulled out something. I was like, okay, and I was doing it like that, so I didn't know, but it was still pre-recorded, so I was kind of like,
you could edit it.
Yeah, I can edit out my frustrations, and I was a little bit more calm when I actually did the video because that one where the box was completely ripped open, I was like, come on, man, really?
Yeah, but you know something.
New, but
a video like that would probably get a lot of views, man. Like, you open up your box and you completely hate everything in there. Like that video's got to go viral, man.
Yeah,
folks love negativity, man.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, like food review stuff. If people review fast food, like and it's terrible and they hate it. That's the one that gets the most traction. Because people love that stuff.
Yeah.
They love it.
Yeah, well, I mean,
gets clicks.
Yeah,
that was the thing I was worried about. Like, I was surprised with. Like, that's like my second highest viewed video. I mean, it's got like 14,000 views.
But yours was pretty positive. I mean, you had I thought you had a good haul on that box.
Yeah. Like ultimately, ultimately, I was happy. I mean, I at least there was 7 that I didn't have. I was just like, okay, it's just that it sucked that the box, like some of the boxes were like just. I mean, come on, really? Like, I mean,
you inspired me, Cap. I'm gonna go make a video. I'm gonna go do like a burger review, and I'm gonna buy a hamburger. I'm gonna buy a hamburger somewhere, come outside, bite it, and then throw it at a bus or something.
Yeah, that'd be tremendous.
Rob's rant video on the hamburger.
Yeah, do it.
Videos of me hating everything. I'm gonna try everything and hate it and throw it across the street or something.
Rob hates this.
Nice
I'll
fries.
tell you a real story, okay? Back in where I was living in my old neighborhood, a friend of mine, we stopped at a place and we got some hot dogs. My friend doesn't like mustard at all. So I order hot dogs, he orders hot dogs, and he tells the guy like twice, no mustard.
Oh, okay.
We get outside, we start walking up the street, I start eating my hot dog, he pulls a hot dog out, he takes a bite, and then I'm not paying attention, but I only started paying attention when I see him. He just like lobbed the bag in the air and then kicked it, and it exploded in the air across the street as cars were passing. Hot dogs with dressing and everything on it right across the street because there was mustard all over it. It would have been a great video.
Well, he did tell him no mustard. I mean, that's the thing. He did say that.
He didn't even complain about it or nothing. He decided to kick it across the neighborhood.
I guess that was enough. He said, that's good.
Yeah.
Get the frustration out.
I'm very fulfilled now. Yeah.
And I continue to eat my hot dogs. I finished them, of course.
Yeah. You're like, oh, that sucks.
By the way, this is really good.
I said to him, you could have given them to me. I like mustard.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. You could have done anything except kick it across the street. Like there was a lot of options. Okay.
And the bag too. There was 2 of them in a bag, and he had one, and he put it back in the bag, and then he just threw it and booed it, and then it just exploded.
Man, that guy really hates mustard.
No, he was angry, man. He was upset.
Yeah.
I mean, he told him twice no mustard, so I didn't.
Yeah, told them.
Yeah, it was funny.
Have you seen the Blu-ray of Married to the Mob? My renovations were complete on my home, and I'm still testing home cinema Blu-ray projection. Married to the Mob. I haven't seen that movie in forever. Married to the Mob. Who was in that?
Oh gosh, I'm blanking on her face right now. I'm looking at
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer. Yep.
That's right.
And Alec Baldwin as well.
Got another question from Stacy. Looks like if you were in a comedy movie, would you rather be in one with boats or one in the snow? Oh man, snow for me. What about you, gentlemen?
Boats.
I don't know why I keep on getting in my head right now. Boats and hose from.
Yeah, I was thinking the same.
Sorry, I'm immature. Boats. I'm coming out of winter, so I'll probably choose not snow where I'm at. So I've had enough snow for right now.
I might go with snow if it's a comedy, like Better Off Dead.
Oh, there you go.
$2 just the fucking kid following me down the fucking.
Wait, the street value of this mountain?
Yeah,
yeah.
I can't feel my hand. Or what is it? Oh gosh, he's hilarious in that too.
Well,
I'm blanking on the guy's name
now. Curtis Armstrong.
Yeah, he was Charles DeMar. He played Charles DeMar in Better Off Dead.
No, I like the part was like, I've been going to the school now. I'm no dummy.
I've been going to school for 7 years, and this school's like 5 years long. I'm no dummy. But I was thinking, like, what's funnier, snow or like snow is pretty funny. People trying to walk in snow and all blah 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 blah, and being on the boat is more like adventure and kind of scarier. And unless you're like rocking the boat and tipping people over, that's pretty funny. So she said comedy, right?
Yeah, comedy. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got Captain Ron, you got Overboard.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's funny when you throw people over the side of the boat. That's pretty much the only funny thing on the boat, really.
I'm on a boat all the time, so I would have to go with snow just because it's different.
When you throw people over the side of the boat, it's not for fun.
No, it's not. It's for there's a reason.
Yeah.
Now that I
Okay.
said that, I'm trying to think of comedies that have boats in them, and like but I don't know why. What About Bob kind of came to mind. I know it's not.
Yeah.
It's not the whole. It's not the whole
No.
time, but you know,
No,
there's
yeah,
the
no.
whole,
Well, I mean, there's Summer Rental.
yeah,
Because there's of course One Crazy Summer.
Captain Ron.
That's,
Captain Ron.
yeah, Captain Ron.
There's also Speed 2.
Yes,
Yeah.
the greatest
That was
movie
fucking
ever.
hilarious for all the wrong fucking
Yeah.
reasons.
That's a comedy.
Greatest.
That's a comedy, isn't it? Comedy, Captain. That's not a. That's
It's
a
a
comedy.
comedy.
Right?
It's a comedy. It's an action-packed romp. That's what it is. It's the best. I mean,
Defoe's hilarious.
yeah, he is.
Or Overboard. I don't know.
Overboard's a good
Overboard.
one. Not the remake.
No. Original.
What
Or
about Adam
not the one
Sandler?
with-
Adam Sandler's first movie, something.
Oh
something
yeah, yeah. I
board.
remember the cover where he's like this, and he's got
On
the like
board
the,
or something
I'm
board though.
blanking on
I think it has something with board in the title. It's a terrible movie though. It is. It's not even funny. Like I tried to watch it once. I shut it off. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
That's before he hit his stride. As
Yeah,
being
it was like he was
funny.
like some kind of like some goofball that was supposed to be like a chef or something, or tried to be a comedy dude on the boat, or I don't know. It was bad anyway.
Looks like we got some more love for Predator 2. Want some candy?
Want some candy?
Want some candy?
Jim says the scene where the Predator is in
Yeah.
the old lady's bathroom. Oh yeah. Always cracked me up.
I don't think he gives
Well-
a shit.
Well, she had to try. That was the thing. Like she had to try. You know what I mean? Like
Look, lads. I want NECA to make fucking Broom Lady.
Oh, that'd be cool,
Broom
man.
Lady.
And she'd be like that.
Yeah.
the thing is,
What would they-
you know, and I always say this about Predator 2 in comparison with the first movie. Everybody can say what they want about Danny Glover in that film. Hey, Danny Glover killed a predator. Schwarzenegger didn't. I mean,
Oh,
the predator killed himself with Schwarzenegger. So,
dang.
yeah,
Facts
Yeah,
laid
well,
down.
yeah. How about that?
He just outsmarted him
Yeah.
a little bit.
Can't say I can't say anything there because you are absolutely right, Cap.
Well, the thing is, like, yeah, Schwarzenegger won, like, essentially won against the predator because he Kevin McAllister the jungle and like set up all these booby traps, like Home Alone, and that's what won.
Booby
so,
traps.
yeah,
Booby traps.
booty
That's what
traps.
I said booby
Yeah,
traps.
that's what I said.
That's what I said.
Oh man.
Mr. Dan says Seagal's goofy running from the predator.
See, I'm laughing already. That's a comedy right there. I'll watch that
Mhm.
movie.
It's got to be better than the Predator. I would watch that over that any day.
Yeah.
In my mind, I'm seeing like a 8-bit like video game where all you see is like the predator chase Seagal. He runs, he stops, he flips them around. He runs, they chase him, he stops, he flips them around. You know?
Yep.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like he just glimmer man.
Yeah, all you see is all you
out of the
see
way.
is the figure go like this, and they go like they fly. You know?
Oh man, Michael Myers says, "I tell you what I believe. Stuff happens."
This is true.
And like when Gary Busey was like interviewed on like some kind of red carpet for the premiere, he was in character from that, so he was like talking like really like it's like, yeah, we have these creatures that come and we know where they're from, and this like he was like being really like scientific. It was like he was deadpan.
I think I remember that. It was on
Yeah, he's-
Entertainment Tonight, I think.
He is always on like he has always been a Looney Tune.
Captain, you know why that is, right? He had a fucking motorbike accident and was in a coma for fucking ages.
Half of his
Oh.
He fucked up his
brain was
head.
hanging out.
Well, now I feel bad. It's
But
brain
that
swelling.
was after that? Was that after that movie though?
No, it was before.
No.
Was
no,
it before?
That was
okay.
the motorbike bike accident was after Lethal Weapon,
Mhm.
and basically he went a bit fucking doolala after that.
I'll do y'all
Okay.
one better. Like from the panel here, who has seen Free Jack?
I haven't. No, I know what you're talking. I haven't seen it.
So there's a famous clip of Gary Busey talking about Free Jack because he was on the red carpet for the premiere, Entertainment Tonight, and oh my god, it's so hilarious, man! Like I'll have to send it. I'll have to send it to y'all. It's really it's good. And he's like that deadpan, super serious. Like he starts out with, "Well, Free Jack is what happens when you keep your head in the sand,"
Huh.
and then he goes on and it's hilarious, man.
I want you to go around the corner and get me 2 meatball sandwiches. Give me 2. You do
That's right.
top 2, okay? Lemonade,
Two Utah.
lemonade for you, a pink lemonade for me. Bring them back here, all right?
Yeah.
Utah.
I don't think he ever eats them in that movie, does he? Because then they get in a big chase.
He doesn't get a chance to, no.
Right. Yeah.
Well, if you notice, it like, yeah,
they ordered them, but they never got them because
they never got them. If you notice it, I've noticed this about films, like any film where like there's a meal scene, they get something to go or whatever, they never eat it. They never get a chance to eat it. It's something always happens, and they always have to leave, or they never eat it, or they cut away from the shot before they eat it, or something. Like I've never seen anybody eat a whole meal on film. Not that I would want to. I don't really care, but I've always noticed that. Like,
no, there's a lot of movies where they're buying food and gotta go because the call comes in and it happens. I can think of like 3 off the top of my head right now. Like.
Another a big one of that, Captain, is Fifth Element.
Yeah.
The cops are at the McDonald's and he gets like, they get the food and all of a sudden like Willis hits them and he just like gets all the coke on him and stuff.
Yep.
I was trying to think of I don't know why this pops in my head, but The Crow, the cop and the little girl. He finally eats. I think he does eat the hot dog or takes a bite, doesn't he, or not?
Yeah. Well, I know when like
I'll remember he's putting onions on it, and she's like, "Don't put onions on it. It gives you the gas."
Make you fart.
Yeah.
What's the what's Dirty Harry? Is it Dirty Harry or is it Magnum Force where he's actually eating a hot dog way, like he just walks across the street and like shoots that car that's running away from the cops, and like, remember that? That's where he says he's just eating a hot dog the whole time. The first one or the second one, I don't remember which one that one is. Like he goes into like this cafe, gets like a hot dog, and then there's like some robbery taking place across the street, and the guy gets in the car, runs it, and tries to run off, but Dirty Harry just goes out eating a hot dog and just like shoots the car, and the car flips over, and he's just eating a hot dog the whole time. It's kind of funny actually for an action scene.
So maybe our next stream we'll do movies where people actually eat their food.
Yeah, that's right.
Movies order or make.
Yeah, when they actually finish their food. Yeah.
They don't have to finish it, but just like you got to take some bites. You got to eat a little bit of it. But
oh man, that's great. It looks like Stacey has another question for us. This movie cinema screen is great for that. Also have a 70-inch. Oh, it's not a question. It's more like I guess it's her.
Oh, it's a statement.
Room? Oh, okay, cool.
Statement.
I have a statement. I need a beer. I'll be right back.
There you go! Exclamation point. Her sentence did not have a punctuation at the end, so we didn't know if it was a question or a statement. So
right, a punctuation.
Jim says if you had a face like a predator, you would stay invisible too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He had a mask. He had a mask.
Those biomasks are like something else, man. Anybody know why the Predator did Bobby Lupo? I guess this was the Seagal talk from earlier. Here's Richie, he killed Bobby Lupo.
Yeah. People are all about this, aren't they? They like Seagal with the Predator.
Hey, man. We
it might be a fun fan film. Somebody should do that.
Somebody just cut it together.
Look, they had fucking Predator in the last couple of Mortal Kombat games. Just fucking make fucking Steven Seagal
in the Mortal Kombat game.
Well, the thing is, I guarantee you, they probably approached him about something like that, and he just told him no. Like he was probably just like a tremendous prick about it, and wanted a bunch of money for likeness rights because that's what I've heard about him. He's very difficult guy,
an adulterated wanker.
So either they tried or they just don't bother because they've heard the stories and they don't want to deal with them.
That's partially why like they haven't had him in the Expendables films, right?
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Yeah,
I heard something about that. Michael Myers says Danny Glover's pants were higher than the guys.
Yeah.
That fucking corduroy pants
in
fucking 1997 Heat Wave LA. That was a fucking style choice, all right, lads.
No wonder he was
the big shoulder pad jacket still that they were still bringing over from the 80s. I'm like, man.
I always thought like King Willie was a great character. I hope Mecca does a figure for them.
That would have been cool. A King Willie figure, that'd be nice.
Oh, the demon comes alive. Like whatever he says.
I have a funny story about that too. Like a close buddy of mine, we became friends because we had biology in high school, and so we had to like we were getting ready to dissect a frog, but they showed us all the bones of the frog, right? So one time, like I was just there, and then I just kind of like shook them, and I threw them on the plate, and I was like, the bones. They say the same thing, and my buddy like he just started laughing, and from that's it. We became friends after that.
That was one of those like I know I will like
Yeah.
you now.
They say the same thing.
Did we just become best friends?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
I was just thinking while I was gone about the buying food and leaving it behind in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love the movie Paul. You know the movie Paul with Seth Rogen as the alien and all that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never seen that one. Actually.
It's been ages.
You never seen that movie, man?
No,
I love
have.
that movie. But anyway,
I'll write it down. I'll check it out.
So Bill Hader and the other dude, I can't remember his name. They're like agents, and they're buying a sandwich. They're buying like a meatball sandwich or something, and they're like on assignment. And then Bill Hader comes in and says, "Okay, hurry up, let's go. We got reassigned." And the dude says, "Well, what about the sandwich?" And he's like, he puts his hand on his shoulder, and he says, "She said we can share it." He goes, "Oh, I love this job."
I gotta go back and watch it, man. It's been forever.
I just wanted to say that before I forgot it.
It's a fun movie. A lot of people think it's part of the Cornetto trilogy because Ross.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Nah, man. I think you mentioned it, Marty, that like they tried to sell it as that, like when it was first coming out, and I was just like, really, like. I don't know. It just seemed like so off the wall from.
Yeah, because I mean, Edgar Wright has nothing to do with it. Like it's not Edgar Wright at all.
But the fact they had Nick Frost and Simon.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I know a lot of people tried to say, like, "Run, Fat Boy, Run" was like that. I was like, "Well, Nick Frost is even in that movie."
Yeah,
but it's like
that one's actually, honestly, I
love that movie.
Enjoyed that one.
I love that movie. That's a very touching movie. Very touching movie.
I love Paul, man. I've seen Paul like 20 times, maybe 30 times.
Mm-hmm.
And that one, the Run Fat Boy Run, also has the guy from the guy from Shaun of the Dead, the one
yeah,
I'm a shark
Davis.
captain.
Davis.
Yeah,
Davis, yeah.
And he was in Black Books.
Oh, Dylan Moran,
Yeah.
Irish comedian Dylan Moran. He's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
If y'all haven't seen that series, Black Books, that one's pretty funny too.
Yeah, that used to be on PBS like after midnights of the week.
Larry, if you like that, it was co-written by a guy called Graham Lennon, who's a huge arsehole, but he wrote a really good Irish comedy series called Father Ted. It's fucking brilliant.
I've heard of it. I just haven't seen it yet. There's a lot of stuff that I've heard of, and I'm like the one that as of late, not as of late, like a couple of years back that I got into was Toast of London.
Oh yeah, I love
Steven. Steven, this is Clem Fandango. You copy? Can you hear me? Oh man, it's great. Matt Berry, man, he's just he's great and everything.
New York City.
Jim says, according to Escape from New York, the car rate raised
400%.
Oh yeah, that was a rough year, all right, Jim.
I should say so.
The same universe, man. Blade Runner, Escape from New York. Well, it makes sense, right? In Predator 2, because they depict that film as like the crime is like, at its highest. Even like Demolition Man, they say like at the beginning, that's like the highest crime rate. You see the Hollywood sign on fire and stuff like that.
I
love that, man.
LA. I know there was New York, but it always seemed to be fucking LA where this fucking.
Because it's easy to film in. That's why it's easy to film in.
I love when they show futuristic like towns and when everybody's crazy, like in RoboCop 2 and shit. Everybody's insane.
Yeah.
Nobody cares, man.
There must be something important about 97 because that's when. Also in T2, that's when Judgment Day happens. That's 1997, isn't it? Isn't it August?
Yeah, that's probably why the machines nuked us. They're like, we gotta fucking
we gotta get rid of that.
We better end this stuff right now.
Blade Runner's not happening. Escape from New York's not happening.
Yeah.
Predator 2 is not happening.
We're getting it all out of the way. Yep. They had the right idea.
Right. Jim also says the only 80s movie that was sweatier in the Predator films was
Jesus.
Nice.
Oh man.
Yep.
Yes, this is a live program.
Yes.
Or is it? Programme.
I don't know. I feel like I'm live.
Yeah. It
Well,
should
in
be.
fairness, Larry's already lied about his birthday, so like,
Yeah,
So
right.
I don't know what to believe anymore.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I submitted a pre-recorded version of myself for
Yeah, me
this
too.
stream. So.
This whole thing is like a big Andy Kaufman sketch. That's what it is. It's a big Andy Kaufman skit.
Gotcha, all of y'all.
Yeah.
I'll be like in what is it, Total Recall, when it's like 2 weeks. I'll be here for 2 weeks. And just repeating the
2 weeks.
when he's got the
2 weeks. Yeah. Captain, I pick up the Watchers for $15.
Nice.
Oh, cool. Wow.
Corey Haim.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice one, dude. Yeah.
I've
that
not
flea
seen
market
that.
you always go to? Is that where you got it?
No, actually, I got this on Facebook off of like an auction from a buddy of mine.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
I haven't seen that one in ages.
Rob, how many VHSs do you actually own, dude? Like how?
I don't have like an accurate number, but it's in the thousands.
Nice.
Is that your biggest format that you own, or
that's the only format I collect?
Only VHS?
Well, have a collection. I do have a collection of DVDs that my mother collected a lot of movies, but I don't collect DVDs or Blu-rays. I only collect VHS tapes.
No, cool. That's cool. I knew you had a bunch of them, but I just didn't know how the rest of the collection went. But that's awesome.
It's all tapes in here, man. And my video store is pre coasters, as we like to say.
Love it. Yeah. I love it.
Is it harder to get stuff now because VHS is becoming more like vinyl, whereas you could go into a charity shop or a Goodwill, you could find stuff a lot easier. Now it seems to be a lot more of a boutique thing.
Yeah, it's. I know. I was speaking from my region of the world. The places I would always frequent, like years ago, thrifting, going into a thrift store, it wouldn't be anything to just find a bunch of like really cool titles for 25 cents a piece. I mean, it hasn't been that way for probably 5 years or so now. Like it's like something changed to where like you can't find anything in thrift stores, because it is, like you said, pretty boutique now. It's either people have they've gotten rid of all their collections and everything's already been sold, donated and sold, or they realize what they have and they're not donating anymore to charity shops. So there's just nothing out there. But you can go to like used bookstores. Some used bookstores or record stores do have tapes, but they're not that cheap. They're certainly not a quarter. So like the thrill of the hunt has certainly gone away. Yeah, I should say.
I will say to piggyback off what Kev was saying. I mean, the bookstores, like if y'all have a half price books near y'all, like I've been able to find stuff. Like I found a VHS of Empire Strikes Back and Ed Wood, like a couple of years back, and they were in decent condition. I mean, the boxes were nice. I mean, the tapes look the tapes look legit. You know,
I found a nice widescreen series of the original trilogy. Well, they were the special edition of the original trilogy. I got it like for $5.
Oh, wow.
Well, it's you still find stuff out in the wild, but it's definitely getting harder.
Yeah, I know it's like so rare that I find anything tape wise at a thrift store anymore. Like so rare. And if they do have any, it's like Shrek. It's like just crap, or like Bass Fishing Championship. Like it's just not.
Or some sort of sports thing.
Yeah, and it's like
I've been pretty lucky. I've been pretty lucky.
I'm not paying $2 for Big Buck Hunters 3. I'm not sorry.
Yeah, I've been pretty lucky. I found some pretty good things recently for a good price. But the last time I remember going to a thrift store and buying like a bunch of cool shit is, like Captain said, like about 4 or 5 years ago. I remember walking into a thrift store and buying like 11 tapes, and I think Cyborg, the Canon version of Cyborg, was one of them.
Yeah, that's where I got mine. That's where I got mine from for a quarter.
I mean? But that day is long gone. So
yeah, it wasn't anything. I guess, the last like really, really supreme haul I had was probably 2012, like that long ago. Like, and it was like a stack at like 25 or 27 tapes. And they were all quarter each, so it was like $3 for all this stuff, and it was like horror stuff, just like sci-fi stuff, just weird stuff, and. Those days aren't coming back. They're not coming back. That was it.
I was gonna say there was a stretch there for a little bit where people just give it to you for free. They just wanted it out of your house.
Space.
Yeah,
space.
Yeah.
That's how I started my collection. Most of my collection I got for free, or I have almost nothing into majority of my collection.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
same
just
here.
they said thank you for taking it out of their house.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and
Yeah,
it's like,
we'll
man,
pay
bring
you
that
to
back.
take it.
Bring that back.
Yeah. Too late, C's. Too late.
No givesies backsies.
I'll give these
I'm
back, C's.
lucky enough to frequent a flea market every Sunday around here, so I've been lucky. Like Captain knows, I found some pretty good finds for
Mm-hmm.
a couple dollars here and there, but they're like he said, they're few and far between. So
Very few and far between. Yeah. Yeah.
Now it's hey Jim, thanks for stopping by.
Happy 1000th birthday!
Hey, happy 1000th birthday.
He's looking fucking great for it, though.
Yeah, looks great. Yeah. He's a
looking
vampire.
good, man. Looking good.
It's all the just for men. That's what it is. Thanks for stopping by, Jim.
It's got to be a little bit more than that.
Right.
Oh, he's
It's
a
like
he's a Numenarian.
Yeah.
It's the male version of Death Becomes Her.
Yeah.
It's the
That's
substance.
or the substance, yeah. Which is funny because like when I first saw that trailer for the substance, I was like, oh, this is Death Becomes Her, just probably more serious.
Yeah.
And then I saw it, I was like, wow, this is totally not what I was expecting. Let's see. Stacy says, am I able to bring my cat to work?
Yeah, are you?
No,
That's
I
the-
wish.
Yeah.
I joke about it all the time. Me and my wife are like, oh, just tell him it's your service cat. I'm like, yeah.
It's true. You
but
probably could get away with that.
I probably could, but my cat would be freaking out.
Yeah.
That's one thing that was kind of crazy. My dad worked for a company that made supplements and things for pet foods and like livestock feed and things like that. Anyway, one of the companies that they worked with and they provided stuff to was primarily like dog food. And he goes, it was the craziest thing in the world. This is a long time ago, so it just blew his mind. But when they went there, they had all the cubicles set up and they had little gates on it and everything. All the employees could bring their dogs or cats into the place. So it was, I was like, it's kind of cool. Like they were a pet food company, but they really promoted people living that life as well. And he goes, it was so crazy. I'd walk around and somebody's like, oh yeah, this is Rex and this is, you know, whatever, you know, like they had all their dogs and cats in there too, but all the cubicles were set up that they could have like a little dog bed or a cat bed in there or a scratch post and then have the little door. And people, he was like, yeah, he goes, I'd never seen so many animals in a office before in my life. But yeah, it was kind of cool. Yeah. Progressive
cool.
workplace.
Yeah, it's progressive. It's progressive.
Yeah, man.
Very, very nice.
Stacy also asks, what is Tim Roth's best 3 performances?
Jesus.
He only had one, so no, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Reservoir Dogs?
That's too,
Reservoir. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah,
that's too many. Just
Reservoir Dogs.
Just name one.
Hateful Eight.
Incredible Hulk.
I liked him in Rob Roy. He was a fucking brilliant fucking bastard in Rob Roy.
I'm trying to remember something else. I gotta always look up to see what.
How many movies of Quentin Tarantino's has he been in?
Quite a few. Pulp Fiction, Hateful Eight, Reservoir Dogs.
There you go. All of those. That's the exact answer to that.
Actually, guys, what movie was he in with Tupac? He was actually good in that.
Oh,
Exit Wounds?
No.
Oh,
is that Tupac or DMX?
Right?
Was it Grid something?
It's not Gridlock, is it?
Gridlock?
That's what I was thinking. Was it Gridlocked or was that the one with Belushi?
I'm trying to.
I think that's the one with Belushi. Gridlocked.
Yeah.
Are you thinking of Gridiron? Are you thinking of Gridiron?
I don't know. Fuck it. We just fucking phone here, man. I don't know.
Oh, while that's going on, let's see. A lot of people
Gridlocked. Gridlocked.
It is that one?
Tupac. Yeah.
Okay.
I
thought it was that one. Man, it's been forever since I've seen that one. But the last one, his last film was with Belushi, right? The one with Belushi. Wasn't that Tupac's last movie? Can't remember.
I don't remember.
Michael Myers says Quado lives.
Yep.
Yeah.
He also says don't drink and vape.
Yeah, that's from Raw Deal.
Raw Deal.
Let's see if I can get Rob here to go solely out there. Bam.
Yeah, Gridlock. Oh, he has it. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
Nice.
In the right light, he almost looks like Bruce Willis. 4 stars.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, in the certain light, it almost looked like Bruce Willis.
Yeah, kind of did.
Yeah, a little bit.
Larry, I'm afraid I'm going to dust off because
I know
it's half
it's
past
getting late for you,
midnight.
man.
But
No, it's
thanks
cool,
a million
man.
for having us, man.
Oh no, thank you, Matt. Thank you, Marty, for coming.
We'll have to hang out again, man. It was nice
Yeah.
meeting you.
That was
Awesome
really
hanging
Marty.
out, guys.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Good meeting you. Good
buddy.
meeting you, buddy. Good meeting you.
Bye.
Thanks again, brother.
Bye.
I haven't
And
seen
there
the
was
whole. I haven't seen the whole series, but some that I watched, I liked. It was "Lie to Me" that Tim Roth was in. It was a
Oh,
series
yeah.
that he was in.
It was short lived, right? Like they didn't have too many seasons of that.
I don't. Oh gosh, I'd have to even look. Probably not too many, but it was one of those. I'm weird. Maybe it's my attention span, but there's a lot of series that I like. I'll get into it, and I'm like, I really like it, but I just don't go back to it. I'm more of like a movie, like just give me movies, and I'll like do one at a time.
Feel for it, you know?
Yeah. So it's kind of weird, but that's one I've always been meaning to go back to and finish off. But
That's kind of how I am with me and my wife are. Like we'll start a series and then we end up watching another series and we don't finish it. So like right now we're like we need to finish Cobra Kai. And I was like, oh, the Righteous Gemstones just started the new season. And she was like, no, we got to finish Cobra Kai. If not, we're never going to finish it because we haven't finished The Bear and we haven't finished What We Do in the Shadows. So I'm like, okay, we'll finish Cobra Kai first and then we'll check out Gemstones. And I actually got her into Gemstones because like I had watched it and I was like, man, this is friggin' hilarious. And
they have a great cast in that. I've not seen it, but there's just looking at the lineup, I'm like,
oh yeah, it's great. Michael Myers also says, "Who's your dad?"
Yeah, there's a lot of the Kindergarten Cop has, I would say, basically the best sound bites from Schwarzenegger, any Schwarzenegger film.
A lot of Tuma.
Yeah. It should be your job to be cleaning up paint. It's your job to tell stories about bears who go shopping. It's just so funny. That's such a ridiculous line.
I got to, Mr. Kimball, I got to go to the bathroom. Nothing.
There is no bathroom. It's so ridiculous.
Oh, that's great. Hey, John, how's it going? John Doe Juggler. Man, I got.
Yep. Hey, Jeff.
Twisted head there. Thanks for stopping by, Jeff, man. And I was talking about this earlier. Professor, he needs to do the Predator meets Seagal, man. If anybody's evil enough to do it, the Professor can.
Professor, it's good to hear from you. Rob and I were worried about you Friday night, weren't we, Rob? Because we didn't hear from you.
We were. I had reached out to him on the side, made sure he was okay, and yeah.
That's
what he was busy at work, like I thought, but
yeah, that's what you get with us, Professor. We care, don't we?
Yes, sir. Definitely.
We reach out to our fans and make sure they're doing good.
We'll follow up.
Yep.
Yeah,
well,
so
you do find that though. You see cool people like that just pop up and they're joining in all the time, and then if you don't see them, it's kind of like a buddy not showing up. You're just kind of
you get worried. I know they always say,
"Is everything good?"
Yeah, Bob Ross, when he would get fan mail from people all the time, if somebody would suddenly just stop sending mail, he would like write them and say, "Hey, are you okay?" Because he was worried about them. Yeah. And sometimes they would be dead.
Yeah, it'd be like, sorry, return address.
Return to sender.
Return to sender.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
fortunately.
Jim's also saying the shot of the car flying through the air in the background at the end of car chase is awesome. And Last Action Hero, yeah.
Well, and that's where, maybe like you said earlier, maybe it was a little ahead of its time. It's a little tongue in cheek, over the top, but it knows what it is, and it's kind of like leaning into it.
Yeah, that's it. And knows exactly. You said it right. I mean, it knows exactly what kind of movie it is, and it does. I think it does it sort of well. I do.
I have fun with it.
It's a fun movie,
and like you said, the soundtrack rocks too.
Oh
yeah.
Well, it's like what did he say in that? There's that one scene where he first tells him, "I'll be back." You didn't know I was going to say that. You say that in every movie.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
And then later on, he's like, "Bubba, baby, bubby." He says like some mumbling jargon.
Yeah, rubber baby, bubby, bump.
Yeah.
Rubber baby, bubby, bump. I can't say it now. I'm surprised he did. It was rubber baby buggy bumpers. That's what it is.
And then he just like he looks at him. He's like, I don't know.
No, what's good about that movie is like that's a movie that should be released now because it's like super nostalgic.
Yes.
Like, who wouldn't want to get a movie ticket, get into a movie with their favorite action actor who's going to do all the lines and laugh about him versus Stallone and all that kind of stuff? Like now, it's like it's like a movie that's like ahead of its time, like because it could be written now.
I like the movie because of like the villain, not like the head villain, but like a villain that they didn't really show much of, and they should have with the Ripper. Remember the Ripper?
Mm-hmm.
The Ripper? Yeah. That guy was awesome. Mm-hmm. And They should have showed him more. And of course, it's funny because for all of us, I'm gonna say this: all of us, is the first time we saw Ian McKellen in a film long before he was Gandalf. He was in that film as the Grim Reaper at the end.
Yeah.
That was Gandalf. You know what I mean? Now,
maybe if you saw the Keep, I did not connect that.
Maybe if you saw the Keep before that, but I mean, you might not have seen the Keep.
Yeah, I didn't discover the Keep until like a couple of years ago. So I mean, that
or maybe if you saw Apt Pupil, he was an Apt Pupil as well. But really, that was the first time I saw him in anything. I didn't realize who he was until I watched it again after I saw Lord of the Rings. It's like, hey, wait a minute, that's
I know you from something.
Yeah, that's fucking Ian McKellen.
He's wearing a robe too, just like
Yeah,
can't get away from that robe.
No, needs a robe.
Stacy also says, "Are you all planning to meet up in person?" I don't know, man.
Yeah, probably not. Next Tuesday, I think. No.
Yeah.
People probably couldn't put up with me in real life, so just no.
I mean, it's like earlier when it was all like corners of the world.
Yeah, we were very well represented.
I'm going to be at the Tim Hortons at the corner of Maryland and Texas.
Nice. Yeah. I don't have Tim Hortons around me, but I have partaken in Tim Hortons when I've visited different locations.
So you heard it here, folks. We're going to meet at Tim Hortons.
Tim Hortons.
Yeah. Actually, there is a Tim Hortons in a travel center off of Interstate 95, right outside of I think it's right outside of Baltimore, going towards Virginia. So that there is Tim Hortons,
cool,
in the States, but like they're very, 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 very scattered.
Oh, that's cool. At least
I'm surprised there was one not 15 minutes from me.
Yeah.
When it popped up, one of my ex coworkers, he was like, "Oh man, we're getting to Tim Hortons." I'm like, the place from Canada?
Yeah, you're going to Canada?
I'm like, cool.
Let me get my passport.
Yeah. I'll bring me back something.
Yeah.
You'll love it. You'll love it.
It's like while you're there,
give me a coffee and a breakfast sandwich. Come on.
You'll love it. Everybody here.
Coffee.
Coffee.
A coffee.
Professor says, "Congrats on the most momentous of achievements, both that 1K and another successful orbit around the sun." Thank you, sir.
Very good.
I very much agree.
Thank you, Professor, man.
Yeah.
So great to have you here. Not all of the panel are from America, yeah. But in spirit, we're all together.
We're all together.
I think you said it best. I think you said it best, Cap. Like, we've never hung out in person, but the fact that we hang out, together.
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing because I know you made the comment recently, and I was like, yeah. I mean,
they call Larry Canadian all the time. That's why Matt's video had Drake saying.
Oh, so should we play that video again? Because it's already been like an hour.
Yeah, play it again.
Yeah, we'll play it again.
That's an inside joke. That's an inside joke because people think Larry's Canadian, but he's actually like in Texas somewhere.
That's what I thought.
Well, I mean, even Marty, he was one of the other people that thought I was from Canada.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
In case y'all missed it earlier, Matt Pugwell316 gave us a nice little something from some of his friends. So here it is.
Let's get shoot by Jackie Chan.
As a fellow Canadian, I want to wish Larry a happy birthday and may you win all your battles.
Remember when I did that kick? I learned that she is from Larry. Happy birthday, bro.
I found a new way to save money. Stop Larry buying NECA figures. That's a joke because he buys a lot of figures.
We love you, Larry.
Yes.
Oh,
that is awesome. I love that.
Oh, that's hilarious. Like my face is hurting just from not because I just went to the dentist, but because...
You have to show me how you showed him that kick. I'm curious.
I'll make a short.
He showed me that shit.
Right now, I think I'm gonna, I'd pull something.
Yeah.
Do some stretching.
Don't want to pull a hammy.
You rip your groin right in half.
Yeah.
Right up the middle. Right up the middle. Yeah.
You don't have your Chuck Norris jeans on with the elastic crotch.
Well,
my cowboy boots are getting redone.
Yep.
Your action jeans. Well,
Jim says, and Steve Martin said all of me, you better let Big Ed out. What? I guess I was referring to
Get
Rob.
out from there.
Oh, Larry, you're having such a great birthday, and it's not even your birthday yet. Isn't that funny?
Yeah, I know, man.
It's like, man, you got a lot of.
So again, I'm
long
sorry,
ways to
folks,
go.
that I'm a liar.
Just building up to it. Just building up to
Birthday
it.
week. It's his birthday week. Hey, when your birthday is on Wednesday, you celebrate the whole week. I'm sorry, you have.
There you go. You heard it here, folks.
That's what you do.
That's right. Nobody can deny you. He's like, what day is the best day to celebrate when it's on a Wednesday? Whatever day you choose.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes is the answer. Yes.
Well, everybody says like, what is it? Everybody's Irish on St. Patty's Day.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So it's same difference, I guess, right?
Yeah, I guess we're the same, I suppose.
Stacy says traveling far might be fun for the chaps. That would be great for all 6 to get together in person meetup. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Take a ride on the captain's ship, man. We just set sails and drink some beers.
I don't even know. Throw people off, a lot of people off the side of my ship. I don't even know where I am right now.
He doesn't even know where you'll be by that time comes.
No, I have no idea. I know I'm in North Atlantic somewhere, but I don't know where.
Let's see.
Gotta check the star chart.
Yeah. We got Kiwi at the movies here. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Thank you, sir. Thanks for stopping by.
Yes.
I'm gonna try to catch up on the chat here a little bit. The look on Schwarzenegger's face in Twins post-coit. With what's her name? Kelly Preston?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sensing a little feedback here.
I enjoy that scene, is what I'm saying.
Corey's going to be on a live stream tomorrow.
Quality acting.
Oh, cool. Nice. What are some of your comfort movies panel? Rob, you want to start with that?
I'm going to steal Captain's answer, and I'm going to say Uncle Buck.
Nice.
That wasn't going to be my answer. It wasn't going to be my answer. No. You mean that's like a movie I can watch like just over and over again? It just makes me feel good. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Comfort movie.
Mine's Ed Wood. To be honest, perfectly honest with you, I love Ed Wood. I'm going to
steal Captain's answer and say Ed Wood.
Sorry, you can't.
Nailed it.
No. I've seen
Remember,
that movie
folks,
so many
it's all
times.
pre-recorded, so.
Yes, that's right.
What about you, Corey?
If it was pre-recorded, I would have known he was going to say Ed Wood. I would say
that's right.
Or would you? Or you're just saying that to make it think like we don't think it's pre-recorded, even though it is pre-recorded.
No, nobody's thinking that deeply into this recording.
I don't know. Or are they?
That's like 4D chess now at this point. Yeah.
What number are we thinking? 69, dudes.
Right. Yeah, I can't say too much yet because I'm going to be on their stream tomorrow night.
You don't want to spoil it.
On that one, but I definitely have a lot of movies that they're kind of throwing out, like thinking of movies that if you're flipping through the channels and it happens to be on, that you're going to watch the rest of it, no matter what part of it, no matter how many times you've seen it, and no matter where it is in the movie, you're going to sit and watch the rest of it. And I'm having a hard time. They were like, "Oh yeah, like pick 10," and I'm like,
10? Wow,
yeah,
10.
But I'm having a hard time because there's like quite a few that I'm like, if I just hit it, I'm like, but I have a few I'll throw out in there that it's a love-hate relationship because they're very long movies, and I'll hit them. I would hit them maybe more in the past where it was like flipping through cable channels, and I'd hit it. And I'm like, oh, it's right at the beginning, and I want to watch the rest of it. And it's like a 3-hour movie, and I'm like, oh shit, and I'm like, oh, guess I'm not going to bed earlier tonight, So sorry, I'm being secretive about it.
So in other words, folks, tune in tomorrow.
Not even one title.
One title?
Yeah, one title.
Open Range. Kevin Costner, Robert Duvall, Annette Bening. Western. I'll throw that out there for one title. That is one. It's a long movie. I was like making the joke about hitting long movies and having to watch the rest of it. I don't know why. It's a soothing movie for me. And it's got one of those stories I kind of get sucked into, the people with a tortured or like dark past that try to leave that life, and sometimes they get sucked back into it to help others get out of the greater good. Yeah. And I'm a sucker for those movies. So there will be quite a few that fall into that theme for it. But that's one I understand Westerns aren't for everybody, and some people can think that's a slow one. It's a long movie, but I will, if that thing pops up, I'm watching the rest of it.
Yeah, I mean, to each their own. But I mean, I can probably come up with a couple for every genre.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Because for me, like a movie like what's that Brad Pitt one with that epic with oh my god, with Hopkins in it.
Legends of the Fall.
Yes, that movie.
I could see that too.
I put the channels that movie's on, and I see Brad Pitt with his long blonde hair and everything. I'm like, I watched the rest of this.
I like that.
He has some cool badass moments in that movie too.
Well, it's an epic movie, man. There's all kinds of things that happen, like time travel. You go through time and everything.
It's like one of those.
I kind of like looking at him.
Yeah,
it's like a Forrest Gump.
Not hard on the eyes.
Forrest Gump was another one. Forrest Gump. Whenever that movie, how many times I've seen Forrest Gump? I can't even tell you how many times I've seen Forrest Gump.
Oh yeah, me too.
So both of those, you're saying they're like generational movies where they're crossing generations of this family or this life of a person, and
you get lost in movies like that.
Yeah.
You put it on for a second, you start watching it. Next thing you know, you're like, okay, and you watch the whole thing.
Credits.
Yep.
I will say I really like Legends of the Fall, but Julia Ormond cries way too much in them. I don't know why, but I'm just like, stop crying. You chose, just do it. But Brad Pitt has some pretty badass moments. And
they he's fighting a bear and everything, and like the whole thing is cool, man. That movie's pretty good.
The one that kills me is with him and his little brother when they're in World War
I. Yeah.
When
he gets caught in the barbed wire.
Yeah.
That's rough. Yeah.
And then he goes and collects all kinds of scalps everywhere.
Yeah. Yep. And then takes his heart home. And yeah,
it's rough.
There's a lot of
on that note.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Yeah. Well, on that note, gentlemen, I do have to bail out for this evening. I must go.
It's good to see you, man.
Good to see you. Very nice to meet you. And
thanks so much.
Yeah, and, very, very happy birthday to you, Larry, and congratulations on the 1,000 subs.
Thank you, sir. We'll see you on Friday.
Yeah, man. See you on Friday. Rob, I'll see you on Friday, buddy.
Yes, Captain.
Until we meet again.
Later.
Later, dudes. Hold on. See you guys. Bye.
Come on, hit it with your peg leg.
I guess just to answer that question real quick, I mean, for me, it would be Big Lebowski. It would be Big Trouble, Little China, Predator. I mean, comfort food, Predator. Like
those are all my first picks. So like all for sure.
Those are ones that I mean, the original Blade Runner. I mean, even beyond that, The Fog. I can throw The Fog on and be doing stuff, and I just hearing it in the background, like I just those are movies that are just I can be doing stuff and hearing them as I'm doing stuff, and I'm just like I can see the scenes in my head.
Yeah,
that's where it's great when you have some movies like that you don't have to like just be totally focused on it. You know it inside and out, and so you could have it almost in the background, but you'll pick up and like drop in and out of scenes when you're doing other things. Even.
Well, let me ask you this, Larry. Comedy. Give me a comedy one.
I mean, aside from Big Lebowski.
Yeah, well, yeah, but no, Big Lebowski is a comedy, but it's still an epic tale kind of a movie. Like,
yeah, true.
Big Lebowski is an awesome movie. I love that movie. It's the writing in that movie is great.
If I had to,
like a comedy, I mean, like an '80s comedy. Do you have any '80s comedy that you'll watch?
There's a lot of them. I mean, there's me and Corey talked about Back to School before.
Yeah,
that's one that it's like whenever I see it somewhere on streaming, I'll pop it on, I'll watch it because I'm like, oh man, it's like I just love Rodney Dangerfield. That one or another one is, I mean, Better Off Dead. I mean, I have the DVD of that, and it's still, if I see it somewhere streaming, I'm gonna put it on because it's the $2 thing. I mean, there's a lot of them. Three Amigos. That's another one that's like I can just laugh out loud. And probably if I was to say one that it's a toss up between Trading Places and Coming to America.
Yeah,
I just rewatched Trading Places like 2 nights ago, and I still had a blast with that. I was laughing through that thing. I hadn't seen it in so long, and there was that. Anyway, I just rewatched that one, and
yeah, I mean, it's a lot of good stuff, man.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, just the ensemble cast in that, and then I mean, same with Coming to America. You know, me and my buddy Monroy, who was here earlier in the chat. I mean, him and I, we quote stuff back and forth to each other all the time. We'd send memes to each other. The Randy Jackson thing. I mean, there was even one time, like back in the day, we worked together at a Denny's, and late night, when nobody was there, he would come out from the back and he would just do the the Randy Watson thing where he just like, and then go into the back of the restaurant.
Sexual chocolate.
They played so fine, don't you agree?
Damn, that boy can sing.
That's
a lot of those movies you mentioned. I have to like stop watching for a while because I've watched them. Like, Coming to America, I've watched it so many times that I can't watch it anymore because I'm going to start to hate it if I keep on going.
Yeah.
So I got to pull back from it a little bit and give it some space. Let me forget about it for a bit, and then I can get back to it.
That was with me with Trading Places. I hadn't seen that in a long time. I'd seen it so many times before, but like literally, it was just a couple nights ago, and I was sitting there chuckling the whole time. I went to G.I. Joe with a kung fu grip, like there's so many like little like I kind of forget about the little lines, but was chuckling through the whole thing.
It's an excellent movie.
And speaking of Coming to America, would you rather go to the Coming to America Palace or Wonka Factory? I'd probably go Coming to America Palace.
Yep. Yeah, I'd go for that.
I'll go to the factory.
There you go.
I'm not a big sweets guy, but I like to see how crazy it is up in there.
That it is pretty twisted, right? Like in that original.
That's what they're trying to portray anyway. So
yeah.
He was secretly a serial killer, and that was trying to off all those kids, right?
Right. Jim thinks Corey Feldman is Dr. Doom. Professor
Might be interesting.
Chris Evans was in Scott Pilgrim vs. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's 4. And Nick Cage is my pick for favorite actor.
Yeah, I forget about him being in Scott Pilgrim, and so was
Brendan Ralph.
Right? Brendan Ralph. Yeah, and then who did Captain Marvel?
Oh yeah, Brie Larson.
She's in there too.
Before she was crazy.
Yep. Well,
did I say that?
Before you knew she was crazy.
Yeah, before you knew she was crazy.
Did I say that out loud?
Sorry, I didn't mean that.
Moving on to the next topic.
I did.
No, yeah, I did mean it.
No. Okay. Stacey also says, "What current actor should play Billy the Kid?" I have to think about that one.
It's hard after you have Emilio Estevez and Young Guns,
I know, man.
That new kid we were talking about, the one that was in Maverick and Twisters.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Powell.
I could see that.
Powell? Yeah, I could see that. He's got the look.
I would have said well, you remember that movie? Oh man, it was with Hardy and LaBeouf, the Western. Was it Hardy?
The Western or the liquor one?
There was wasn't there one where it was like LaBeouf and Hardy? They were outlaws or something like that.
Yeah. They made like moonshine or something. It was like they're like brothers or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it.
I can't remember the name of it, but I would have said if LaBeouf wouldn't have been a nut job, I would have said maybe LaBeouf if he was still, active. I think now he's pretty much in purgatory or movie jail or something.
You guys see did you see his movie Peanut Butter Falcon?
Yes.
No, I haven't seen it.
I really like it actually.
That movie is amazing. I love that movie, man. I watch. You know what? That movie is so good, Larry, that I watched it twice in a row. I watched it and rewound it. I didn't rewind it. I stopped it and started.
Figuratively, you rewound it.
Yeah, I watched it. I watched it back to back.
And it's got the gal from 50 Shades in there too.
Yeah, that's Don Johnson's daughter. Yeah.
I'm blanking on her name right now completely.
Don Johnson's daughter. I don't know her name. Something Dakota Johnson.
Yes.
Oh wow, that's his daughter. I didn't know that.
Yep.
Yeah, it's Don Johnson's daughter, man.
Yep.
No, that movie's pretty good, man. I like that. That movie's like so it might be a little touchy feely a bit, but it's well written and it's pretty good.
It's got the feels, but I enjoyed it way more than I thought I was going to. I'll just say that it surprised me. I thought it was very good, but it does have the feels.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Looks like we got Texas Hardcore. Thanks for coming by, Russell, man.
Hey, Russell.
Tex, always great to see you, brother. And Stacy says Gareth is Iron Man.
Oh, I'll let him know that.
That would be interesting, right? Gareth as Iron Man.
I'm waiting.
As or is?
Is.
I mean,
we're gonna wait for his video where he's like, "I am Iron Man."
Right.
He didn't look like Iron. He didn't look like Iron Man in that towel. I'll tell you that right
now. Once the major corporations started buying the studios, it was the beginning of the end. Now it's all about shareholders, focus groups. Yep, pretty much. Stacy's asking if you're standing or sitting, Rob.
I'm both.
You have to use your imagination.
Up and down.
Oh, here we go.
Now I'm standing. Now I'm standing.
I was working at a video store when Tracy Lord's scandal broke. We had to remove them immediately.
Oh, yeah?
Be arrested for child. That stuff. Bad stuff.
Yep.
Oh, man. That's crazy.
I remember that was a big whirlwind storm when that.
I think everybody heard about that because I was like maybe. I think I was in elementary school or middle school, and even I heard about that. And I was like, interesting. We have had Emmanuel in space and Jason in space. I'm still waiting for Machete in space. I want to see that with special guest starring Leonardo DiCaprio.
There you go.
I think the consensus is we all need Machete in space.
There you go. Done.
I remember seeing Adam West in a soft on late night cable ruined my childhood.
Okay.
Batman is supposed to do that.
The best thing about Machete is in those movies, like when you ever watch the parts when they're ever like trying to hang them or torture them or something, he's just looking at them. They're like, take this machete, you're gonna die now. They're doing everything to him, and they show his face. The camera shows his face, and he's like this.
I'm not gonna give you anything.
It's hilarious, man. I love that shit.
And it looks like I'm back. I'm finally caught up to Don's original message, man. Yeah, that's great. I wish he would have been here, man. That would have been cool. But glad he was here in spirit, man. I'm so glad. Everybody saying hi to Don. Mama Jane came by. Hey, Mama Jane, thanks for stopping by and hanging out for a bit. Sorry it got out of control, and in case we missed you and stuff like that. But no, thank you so much.
It's hard to have a stream and keep up on the chat.
Yeah.
It really is, man. Captain and I stream, and we have like a little bit of. We don't really try to have any topic because we don't. That's what I'm trying to get to. Is like I try to have something I want to show, and the next thing you know, by the time I catch up in the chat, it's an hour and a half or 2 hours later. And I'm like, holy shit! I didn't show nothing, and we didn't talk about anything we were going to talk about.
And Jim,
which is cool. That's fine because people are in there asking questions. And the more people watching it, the better, and that's okay. It's just it's not what you expect, right?
And I mean, honestly, here we are going on 2 hours, and there's still it looks like 14 people are still like watching.
Yeah,
so
there you
go. That's
it's
really
kind of
cool.
like if you go out with some buddies, it's like, hey, we're gonna go grab a bite to eat. You don't like plan out. You might be like, hey, I want to ask him about this or whatever, but you don't plan out the whole night what you're going to talk about. And sometimes it just, you're sitting here like, I never thought we would talk about Schwarzenegger that much, or you kind of go through some of those things, and but we're still having fun and talking, and people are still hanging in here and throwing in the chat, so that's cool.
No, and that's the thing that this goes back to like when when I was first when I discovered Rob, when he was live streaming before, it was just like that's how it was. We were always just joking around in the chat and just everybody talking, having a good time, and that was like my Friday night routine. I'll say till this day that was the thing that I enjoyed. After work, after a long week, it was like Friday night with Rob and the Captain.
Yes,
And then so
we much appreciate that.
when Rob was on break, I mean, that's why I had that missing, and that's how in the house became something.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because when I talked to you, didn't you say that kind of got you spurred on to want to do some live streams yourself? Just that experience you had in their live stream chats, and
yeah, I mean, I had missed hanging out with my buddies, so that's why, like, I went to Don one time. And I was like, "Hey, how do you feel about us doing something on a weekly basis?" And I explained to him, I was like, we used to hang out all the time in Rob's chat, and I just kind of miss that, and I miss all that stuff with us and everything, and he was down for it, and that's when it became a thing, man. I mean, it's just and so that's why seeing everybody here and just hanging out and like the conversation is just going all over the place. I mean, it's that's for me, that's part of that's something for me, a great birthday present from everybody. But not just that, I mean, it's just like the 1,000 subs. It's like all of you all, here in the panel, people that have been on the panel, people in the chat, all of y'all contributed to that. And it's like, it's not just me, it's all of y'all. It's like a celebration for all of us. That's how I see it anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
Sorry, I got like, I guess campy, or
you got into the feels too.
The feels, yeah.
That's all right. You got to do that because it's a good thing. It's a fun thing. So you got to recognize that. It's awesome. I think it's really cool where you're at, and man, you're just starting out. So
and again, I got to thank you all for hanging out, and I got to thank everybody for coming by and hanging out too. It's like I said, we're going on 2 hours. We'll probably, if y'all are cool, we'll go on for just a little bit longer, just so I can finish up with the chat. Say, make sure I get everybody.
I'm yours, buddy. I'm yours.
Yeah, I have a problem shutting up, so I usually can keep on talk. If somebody else is talking, I can talk along with them. So you just got to be like, Corey, close it down.
No. I mean, like I said, I don't want to keep out too much longer, but we'll finish up the chat, and we'll see where it goes, man. Professor is referring back to the Universal Monsters, the Toonie Terrors. Also, Professor, keep an eye out because there's also black and white versions of them too. I saw them recently, and I was like, man, I should have got those instead of like. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love these ones, but I didn't know they were gonna do black and white ones. I would have gotten those instead. But yeah, it's like NECA, man.
They got their hooks in you.
They know how to get me, especially with Universal Monsters. Anything Universal Monsters.
I know you love them. Yeah,
I'm gonna pick them up. Looks like Chris C, the Slasher Dude, is here, or Chris C, the film nerd.
Hey, Chris.
Thanks for stopping by, good sir. Thanks for hanging out.
Happy B-Day.
Everybody's saying hi to Chris and our brother from down under, Ginger Ninja, the man with the magnificent beard.
Look at that thing.
Yeah,
it's magnificent.
And as Rob pointed out in the last stream, he's got the guns to match. So
yeah, he's building them up too. He's like, oh, I've got this bit and it's so good. My Australian accent is terrible, but he's like, I gotta get the guns to match. And now he's packing. He's like fully loaded now.
Yeah, exactly. Looks like Jim says Corey is going to get his box and it's going to be filled with nothing but powder.
Oh my gosh. If I do that on a live stream, you're going to see like disappointment across my face. Like, or excitement. Who knows? We'll see.
Everybody saying hi to Ginger and Don. And man, it's cool, man. I missed a lot of stuff. I supposedly am getting my Trick or Treat Blu-ray tomorrow. We'll see. Oh, okay, cool.
I know a lot of people were waiting on that one.
Huh? Which one? Is not the Arrow one, or is that the other one? The 80s Trick or Treat.
I think that's what he's talking about.
Okay.
Well, I could be wrong, but I think that's what he's talking, because I knew a lot of people waiting on that one. But
let's see. Question, gents. You seen a foreign film? Was it FF film called
Found Footage?
Found Footage. Okay. No, I haven't seen that one.
I have not either.
Nope.
The last one I watched that was kind of found. Well, I don't know if you call it found footage. Maybe, I don't know. You tell me if it falls into it. But The Descent was the last one I watched that I kind of felt like it fell into that a little bit. But I don't know if you truly call that one or not.
kind of.
Faux.
Yeah, faux found footage.
Yeah.
The last one I saw was the pyramid.
I have not seen that.
It was
Do you recommend it?
yeah, I mean it wasn't terrible. Some of the CGI was a little bit like, but I mean it was decent. I would watch stuff on Max, and then Max would just keep promoting it like, oh, up next the pyramid. I'm like, dude, why do you keep like? And then I finally saw it, and I was
You
like,
caved.
I was like, oh, this isn't too bad. It was just one afternoon where I was like, I had just finished watching, I think like the Pope's Exorcist or something like that.
Oh.
I was like, you know what? Let me see if it's as bad as people say. And I actually enjoyed it. It was kind of halfway decent. And yeah, and then I finally saw it, and I was like, oh, this isn't too bad. I mean, there's some dodgy CGI, but it's like a found footage. Like, so basically, it's like if people they go into, I think they're doing archaeology thing for the pyramids, and it's like a found footage thing, and then they lose like this really expensive like rover sort of camera thing, and they have to go in and go get it, and then they find out, and they find out why, and yeah, like other stuff. It's a horror movie, but it was okay. It was halfway decent.
One that probably falls into that more. Have you ever seen As Above, So Below?
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it.
That'd probably be more of a true or found footage horror movie, but
yeah, I've seen the cover.
Worth checking out. Yeah, worth checking out.
Okay, I'll have to check it out.
I saw the Blair Witch Project in the theater.
I did too. Yeah.
And when I saw it in the theater, it was like the opening like weekend, like the first couple of days, and there was like a rumor that it was like an actual found tape.
Yes.
So when we went to see it, I was with two buddies of mine, and I remember my two buddies were shitting themselves, man. I swear to God. I remember one of them had his shirt up like this and shit and watching it.
So that's what you forget. You forget about.
That's the first thing I think of when I think of found footage.
Yeah. No, but you forget about those days before what we have now. That there was all those rumors that it was like a true film that was found, and they put it on a movie. And I remember like we were kind of freaked out going to watch it because we were like, is it real? Like there was that like little aura to it. But then the other thing that threw us off too, but there was all these like local news channels talking about how all the theaters were putting trash cans all the way through the theater because people were getting sick, and I'm like, is it that gory of a movie? But ended up it was like people were getting motion sickness. Yeah. So it was funny. We walked in, so we were kind of freaked out because we didn't know if it was like actually true footage that supposedly they found, and then there was like trash cans lined around the theater, and I was like, oh gosh. But I don't usually get motion sickness, but I will say in that movie in the theater, I did close my eyes for a little bit and needed to take a break. But
I didn't have any problem with the motion sickness or nothing like that. But I remember it being extra. The effect, especially seeing it in the theater with the story behind it, watching it is like watching it at home on TV is nothing compared to the experience that I had.
I agree.
Watching that movie.
I agree.
It's definitely a theater experience movie.
Well, just in the theater, thinking that it might be a real tape and all that, and just to give it like a bit of a context, we saw that movie and we found the movie in the newspaper. Like we were looking in the newspaper for movies, and then we saw the Blair Witch, and then we went to the theater and watched it. Like we didn't find the movie on a phone or a screen, or it was in a newspaper.
Yeah, back in the day when you'd see all the showings in the newspapers, I was like, yeah, I remember that too.
Well, it was before the smartphones, really, that you were searching for that stuff, and there wasn't really like a big Google.
No,
you go search for things.
There's a rumor going around that it could be a real found tape.
Yeah,
it takes a while for somebody to say, well, no, it's not real, and then let everybody know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you just couldn't like look it up. Yeah, I do remember that because that's just weird. It just couldn't happen today.
No,
not at all. I mean,
that's why I cherish that experience because just those few people experienced that.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're freaked out wondering if this is a real deal thing, or not.
And my buddies were scared shitless, man. I remember. I remember half the time I was looking at them and laughing to myself because they were scared as hell.
When I first saw that movie, like I didn't know. I mean, I saw it when I think it went to a video or something like that. I can't remember if I saw it at a friend's house or I can't remember where I saw it, but I remember when I saw it, and I remember like most of the movie I was like this, like trying to see everything but behind the people. Like, okay, I want to see this thing. I want to see where it's at, you know. And then I remember the only thing that was kind of creepy was the ending where you see the dude standing against the wall. And
Yeah, that
I
creeped
was like,
me
oh,
out. Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
okay, but
because it tied into the story too. Because they kind of like, yeah.
So, but I mean, the whole time I was just like, where is it at? I'm like trying to see everything in the background. Like, what, is that it back there? Do I see it? But it's just like just shadows and this random, like, you know, just it was nothing. You know what I mean? So
now it's
like,
kind of corny when you think about it. Now it's kind of corny because they did it in like parody movies and stuff like that. But when she was holding that camera underneath, crying and the snot's coming out and all that stuff, that shit was scary, man.
Yeah, it felt real.
Yeah.
In the theater, all in the dark, watching that and like
Yeah.
not knowing what the hell's going on. That shit was scary. I have to tell you, like watching at home right now, put it on a TV and tell someone to watch it. The experience they're going to get is it's not even comparable, almost.
No.
It's
no, but that's why. Well, even at the end when she's like screaming at the dude, like standing against the wall, like her screaming like that, I'm just like, oh man, you know.
Or the tent with all everything like that in the theater, it was like, wow.
Yeah. That's why that film, I mean, that's why it did so well, because it's just like in the theater, it's that theater experience. And at the time, nobody realizing that it's not a real,
or not knowing. Yeah. One way or the other. You know? Yeah. Yeah. But that's also cool. The story, how they made that too. I mean, I think that was like a couple people maxing out credit cards to make that film.
If I'm not mistaken, it was something like $32,000 or something like that.
Yeah, and they like maxed out every credit card. I
can't remember, something like that.
It was incredibly small compared to what movies go into the theaters, but for any of us to do that, like two of us to be like, oh yeah, let's put 60 grand on credit cards, you know, like they put it all out there. They doubled down and they went for it. And gosh, they made that money back.
Yeah.
They made it back.
How many sequels is there? Is there two or three?
Yeah, it kept on going. Yeah.
There's a Book of Shadows, and I think there's like a remake or something, but I hear the remake's not good. I don't know if there was an actual third one, but I remember Book of Shadows, and I actually saw that one in the theater. And I was like, oh, it's, you know.
But if you look at that first one, that like percentage of like profit off it, I mean, it might not like sound, if you just see the dollar amount compared to what you see now, like, oh, it wasn't right. It didn't earn $1 billion, but like if they spent 60 grand and they made $100 million, you know, like, or whatever. I mean, the percentage.
They made more than that. And I know that movie is one of the movies they talk about when they're talking about those kind of movies, like one of those movies, one of Kevin Smith's movies, El Mariachi and all that stuff like that, made on $5,000 or whatever.
Halloween.
That movie is one of the movies they talk about because it's made on a super low budget.
And even the original Halloween, 78.
And it was a hit, so it made money.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a beer.
All right, man. I'm going to catch up with the chap. I'm trying to decide if I should keep watching the Blu-rays or 4Ks that I've seen before, or check out new ones to test out my projection. What do you think? The movie cinema screen and interior is gorgeous so far. So yeah, what do you think, Corey?
Watch what you enjoy. Just who cares if it's Blu-ray? I don't know. I'm kind of the point where, yes, I can see a difference and I appreciate the difference, but who cares if it's Blu-ray or 4K? If you enjoy it, watch it. You just have fun with it. Don't overthink it. Who cares if it's Blu-ray or 4K? Just put it in a movie you are going to enjoy and have fun with it.
I mean, to piggyback off of that, I mean, that's why I don't have a lot of that's why I don't have a lot of physical media, is because it's like, you know, like the Crow 4K. Yeah. I didn't pick it up because I have it on Blu-ray, and I also have the DVD, and I also have the VHS. You know, I had those, and the way that it looks on Blu-ray is just, I love the way it looks. And then I did see it in 4K in the movie theater like a couple of years back.
Yeah.
And I was just like, man, this is gorgeous. Like, it just, you know.
But I do that all the time too, where I'll have a Blu-ray of something. I'm like, I'm happy with it. I enjoy it. I'll rewatch it, and the 4K comes out. I don't always automatically upgrade to that because money, space, whatever, all the above. But there's sometimes where I'm like, I'm good with what I got. Yeah, if I didn't have it in any format and there's a 4K and Blu-ray, yeah, I'd probably go for the 4K. But I don't automatically upgrade everything, because there's some Blu-rays I'm just like, It looks good. No, I'm happy with it.
Well, it's like the people that it's like people know that I love Creature from the Black Lagoon, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I have the Blu-ray of it, and it looks absolutely amazing. And then I think a year or two ago, they came out with a steelbook, like 4K of it. The steelbook looks amazing. Like
It
looks,
looks nice,
I love
yeah.
the artwork, but I didn't pick it up because I'm like, well, I'm happy with the Blu-ray,
Yeah.
And then even more so, the figure that got me into collecting, I've said before, is like my Mondo Creature from the Black Lagoon that my wife got me for Christmas one year. Mondo, now they're re-releasing it with more accessories, and I'm just like, really?
Get the hooks in you.
Oh no, I'm not. I mean, I think I made a comment on their post, and I was like, I have the original. I'm fine with it. And then plus for the price, and you're just tacking on some extra accessories. It's like, I'm gonna pass.
Yeah, I could see that, but that's like what I'm saying with the 4K and Blu-ray thing. Like if you didn't have it before that point, you'd be like, oh yeah, I'll take that new set. But if you already have something, and maybe there's a couple little bonuses on that new thing there, but you already have something that you really enjoy, it's kind of hard to pull the trigger to spend the money and like we said, space, money, everything. You got to think about that stuff.
Yeah, see me when I first started collecting figures, I was like, okay, I'm only gonna get stuff that I want.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, and I'm just like, okay, every now and again, I'll pick up something random. Like I picked up the Scream figures and I was actually surprised with the latest one that came out. I was like, man, this Ghostface is really cool. So, I mean, I'll keep it, but like I used, it was a giveaway. I think I did a giveaway and Mayanne got it. And I sent her the original Ghostface. And I also sent her one of the Predators from the box that I got, as a surprise, but no, it's like, yeah, most of the stuff that I collect is like, it's stuff that I want, or stuff that's gonna. But at the same time, I'm all like, do I need this version of it, even though I already have this version of it? I'm also, I guess, very picky, or not picky, but I'm
selective, yeah. Yeah, that's not a bad term either. Selective. It's just mean you're being smart with your money and your space that you got. And is there anything like really new that is on the horizon? Did they do like announcements ahead of time? Is there anything new on the horizon that you're just like kind of itching to kind of take a look at?
For what? For figures? Or?
Yeah.
Oh,
or anything, but I didn't know if they I'm not in that world as much as you are, like not even close. I just have a couple little things, but I just didn't know if they throw out some here's some things on the horizon, coming soon, kind of figures, and if there's anything that is really tripping your trigger.
Yes. So the ones that were supposed to come in today, those are my last pre-orders from last year.
Oh, so it takes a little while.
Yeah. So that's the end of my pre-orders for last year. This year I've already pre-ordered 3 figures. And it was all at the same time too, because they were having some deal or something like that. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna just
It just made sense if you're gonna get them, save some money.
But the ones that I pre-ordered, it was Peter Cushing as Van Helsing.
Okay.
Which looks incredible. And then I also pre-ordered which other one was it? Oh my god, I'm drawing a blank. But they also announced the Howling, the wolf.
Nice.
So I want to get that. I haven't. Did I pre-order that one? No, I didn't pre-order that one. I want to. I'm waiting a little bit. And then there's a new John Carver from Thanksgiving. So I'm probably gonna pre-order those 2 together. But again, it's like just kind of waiting. But no, man, that's something that's coming out. They also, I think for the Terrifier fans, they've announced Terrifier. NECA's going to do Terrifier figures finally. Yeah, I mean it's nuts, man. It's crazy. Like stuff that I'm still waiting for other stuff for them to announce, and they haven't announced yet. But we'll see. Movie wise, the last one that I was like really hyped for was The Keep, and I got that one. So I still need to crack it open and watch it, because I mean I only had acquired that laser disc rip somewhere. So
I was on Gareth's stream. I don't know if you saw. He did an interview with the dudes that made the last Video Store movie from Canada.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I saw the trailer for that. I want to check that out.
Yeah, I jumped on there. I pre-ordered their Canadian because it's released. They're released in the States and UK first, but not in Canada yet because I guess bigger markets first. I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But so, anyways, they have the I pre-ordered their like mega pack.
Oh, the big set.
Yeah, it comes with the Blu-ray, and then the VHS, and it's got like badges and all kinds of other shit. I think there's like a T-shirt that comes with it, and like some kind of like VHS cover art and a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, that one I definitely was. Even when I was in that stream or in the chat for that, I was like, I went to go look at it. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I need to try to pre-order before it gets sold out. So I'm kind of waiting on that. Like I said, it's like I'm waiting. There's certain things I'm waiting for certain times where I can just jump in and like just pre-order everything at once. But no, that one looks pretty interesting too. I want to check that one out.
And the movie, the video store in the movie is called Blaster Video, so you get like a Blaster Video membership card and shit like that,
Mm-hmm. Stacey says there are so many fun boat and snow comedies. Wait, Jaws isn't a comedy.
It is for sharks.
Yeah, right.
Piranha 2010. Yeah. If Jaws was like Saw and he wanted you to get people trapped in the water for him, would you? He'd pay you, but by keeping you alive. Well, I mean, I guess if you stay away from the water, you're going to be okay, right? Maybe.
I don't want nothing to do with sharks or water. I mean, I like water. I like swimming and stuff, but I don't. Sharks, man, you can't fool around with sharks. They just eat things. That's it.
Yeah, I don't want to mess with that. Lamonia says Ghost Ship has its moments. Yeah, Ghost Ship. Well, actually, the beginning of Ghost Ship is probably the best part of that film.
Yeah, for sure.
That whole beginning is just like, wow, they really went for it at that beginning.
Yeah, it sets the whole movie off.
Yeah, and then like the rest of it's kind of like,
kind of back off a little bit.
That's another one where the Mudvayne was on the soundtrack, and they had some decent music on the soundtrack. And wow, it looks like we got a super chat from Silverlight Gaming. Thanks, man. Thanks so much. Thanks for coming by.
Nice.
I trying to say this was back at 7, so sorry, man. I hope if you're still here. Thanks so much, dude. I really, really appreciate it, brother. And I just couldn't chat till now. Okay, man. Thanks. Oh no, thank you so much, man. And yeah, your latest video, the Silverlight Gaming, he basically does like he plays like horror games. And this one he did recently of like a Doom mod, man, it's insane. It looks really, really cool. Y'all should definitely check it out if y'all get a chance to.
There's a ghost behind you.
I'm more than sure it's probably my cat sneaking in somewhere. It's probably
the door is open. The door is open behind you.
You see a little door in a mirror moving a little bit.
I'm getting some paranormal activity vibes.
Well, we were talking about Blair Witch. So
Blair Witch, you're gonna have your own found footage film here in a second.
Be standing in the corner here in a bit.
Yeah, crying. And your cat.
Listen, if your headphones get snatched off your head out of nowhere, I'm gonna press.
Yeah, we're taking off. Sorry.
And y'all are gonna leave me. You're gonna leave me.
Like I'm out. I'm not messing with that.
No, it's one of my other cats. It's not.
I don't know if those things work cyber work or not. I don't know. I don't want to find out either. So,
wasn't there like what's that one movie like Unfriend or something?
Yeah.
I think I'll test out Roller Coaster Blu-ray, then new 4K, then 2010 4K Blu-ray, and then okay, that's cool. Yeah, it sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, just grab some stuff you like and throw it in there. Don't worry about
home screen.
Just watch it. Just watch a good old VHS. That's all you need.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, don't worry about the format. Just go out and have fun. Like, grab a movie you have that you enjoy and throw it in there. Who cares? And just have fun with it.
Put a VHS, drop it onto the ground by accident, kick it across the room, pick it back up, throw it in the VCR, and watch it.
And say that was the greatest thing I've ever watched. Ever.
And it'll probably still play, no problem.
Yeah, probably.
If you have kids and they're getting on your nerves, pull it out the VCR, throw it at them, pick it back up, put it back in the VCR.
Use a phone book on them. No, we don't condone child abuse.
No.
Oh, that made me think of oh gosh, what was that TV series or the dude that played the Thing in Fantastic Four?
Oh, Michael Chiklis, The
yeah,
Shield.
Oh,
Sorry,
Shield, yeah.
the phone book scene. That was that again is another series I want to finish, but I only watched like the first season, and I was saying earlier my attention span, apparently I can't handle watching more seasons. But anyway, there's a scene with him going in with a phone book with a person in an interrogation room, and
well, that's where the world that's where the world discovered Walter Goggins too.
Yeah.
So to answer Stacy's question, the one I've seen, I keep seeing ones online of like these like ridiculously crazy Star Wars ones. I don't know if y'all have seen those people that like make their whole media room like a Star Wars theater sort of thing.
No, I don't think I've seen them
Like
in particular, but I would watch that because that's awesome.
Yeah, like they have the paneling from like the Death Star or something like that, or like and then it's just like the big old screen. Their chairs are like modeled after like then they have like Star Wars helmets or.
That's awesome, man. That's amazing.
Like,
I love that shit.
I mean, I'm not. I used to be a really huge Star Wars fan, but then Last Jedi happened, and so yeah, but still, I still kind of get a kick out of some of that stuff. It's still kind of cool. And here we go.
The funny thing is, like when they name a movie like The Last Jedi, you're supposed to at the end of the movie not want it to be The Last Jedi,
right?
Yeah.
And you watch that movie and you're like, thank God that's The Last Jedi. Man.
Yeah.
Are you sure there's no more Jedis? Because I don't want to. Let's get this over with.
Yeah. That movie is. I don't even want to get into like how much like that movie. I mean, I always talk crap about Double Dragon, but realistically, Last Jedi is probably my most hated.
You want to get me out of like a quiz show or anything like that? Just ask the question: how many Star Wars movies there are?
You subtract a few, right?
Yeah, my answer is wrong every time.
Yeah. Well, wrong or right, depending on how you look at it, right?
I guess from earlier, the Free Jack. I mean, Jason likes Free Jack.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
It's funny seeing Mick Jagger in there.
Yeah, me and my buddy, we would always make fun of like his dialogue. Oh no, I hate the dark.
Not only that, man, just watching Mick Jagger trying to be like a serious role, like it's
right.
His gestures in his mouth and his face and everything, it just doesn't allow it.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's like it's the way he delivers the dialogue, like he's trying to be like a total badass, and he kind of
and his mouth is moving like this too much.
Yeah. And I mean, it's I would say he's a cheesy badass, if that's a thing. But I mean, because I just love that movie, man. I love Free Jack. I remember seeing it on pay-per-view back in the day for free, and yeah, no, man, I always loved Free Jack. Anthony Hopkins, I was surprised like him being in a movie like that.
Yeah, what if you saw a version where somebody did like a double click on the mouse and they switched him for David Bowie? Instead of Mick Jagger, in any movie that Mick Jagger's ever been in, they switch him for David Bowie.
That'd be interesting.
I'd watch that.
Yeah,
I think people would watch it more. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I
think the Prestige. He was great in the Prestige.
He's got a great. I think he's got more acting chops, but yeah.
You could. He has everything that Mick Jagger has, except for like Rolling Stones. But I mean,
yeah,
and it's better. So just
yeah,
man, talk like that. It's like where his mouth is all moving all over the place. I got too much lips to handle.
And then on the other side of the spectrum, Jim says, "Free Jack." I actually saw that piece of crap.
Jim.
Oh man. I don't watch The Substance. Dennis Quaid eats about 2 pounds of shrimp in 2 minutes. Oh yeah, man, that's disgusting.
I was going to say
I have not seen that yet.
I was going to say before we're talking about The Substance, I laugh my ass off because my wife does not share the same kind of taste in movies as I do, and so she's pretty tame with what she watches, but she is also like a little bit of a retro fan, and she likes Demi Moore and whatnot. So I told her, like The Substance is apparently this movie everybody's loving. Like I told you, I don't watch a lot of new movies, so I only get this from where it comes from. Like.
Mm-hmm.
So she looked into it and she's like, "Oh, it's about, like looks and all this kind of thing." So she's intrigued and and then she puts it on I'm just sitting there waiting. I'm watching it and when it turns into the movie Society,
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking over at her because I tried to watch Society with her back in before I started my channel. I used to do a podcast with two of my buddies, a movie related podcast, and we did the movie Society, and I tried to get her to watch it with me. It didn't last very long, but
Yeah.
in the substance, it takes a little bit. It reels you in a little bit, and next thing you know, you're in like Cronenberg land. And I'm looking over at her. We're watching it together, and I'm looking over at her. She's like, she doesn't know what the hell's going on, man.
Yeah.
I was
She's
laughing so bad, it was hilarious.
She's like, how did we get to this space?
Yeah,
right here?
She's like, I think I bit off more than I could chew.
Yeah.
They're like, no, you're watching it all. Keep your eyes peeled.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like that the trailer did a great job of not spoiling any of that.
Yes.
Because like I said, I saw the trailer.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, man. I saw the trailer and I was like, okay, this is Death Becomes Her, but more serious, I guess.
Yeah.
And then everybody was raving about it. I'm like, well, is it that good? And then I went to go see it and I was like, wow, I wasn't expecting that. And yeah,
it gets nasty, man.
Yeah, and that's the thing, I didn't see it as like the masterpiece that everybody else
No, me neither. I don't think it's like super amazing at all, but it's got some shocking moments to it, and it's got a good twist to it, and it's a good movie. I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
I liked laughing at my wife more than anything else, but it was all right.
For me, it was just like I think I gave it an 8 originally, and then like as I thought about it more, I was like, well, it's not a movie I'd ever watch again.
Mm-hmm.
I started dissecting it, so to speak, and then I was like, well, it's more like a 7 for me. It's still a good movie, and I think all the main actors, I was like, wow, man, everybody all across the board, I thought everybody was great. That's why I was like, man, Demi, she definitely deserves, the praise for it, and I wish she would have gotten the Oscar. That would have been really cool.
If I would have went to see that, like not knowing it, if I would have went into theater and saw that movie on the way out, and I would have rated that very, 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 very high.
Yeah,
because I would have had a great time in the theater watching that movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's why my initial reaction when I watched it, I watched it at home, but I mean, my initial reaction was like, wow, that was pretty good. And then I like the foreshadowing at the end of like the way, well, they foreshadowed it at the beginning, the way it ends,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, that's kind of cool. But when I started thinking about it more and thinking about like what other people were saying about it, I was like, oh, yeah, it's kind of it's a little bit, it lost some points, But
No, I think it was good, man. I like the way there was a lot to it. How they were stealing time from each other and kind of thing like that. I found that interesting and whatnot.
Yeah, and just the way like the changes that would make to the other person. I'm like, oh, that's rough.
But that movie is one of the other movies, like I told you, that I only watch movies that I hear from other people. So the next one I'm going to check out is apparently was a lot of people were talking about is Late Night with the Devil.
Oh, that one's good.
Is it? Yeah. I haven't seen that.
I like it better than The Substance.
Okay, cool. So I'm looking forward to watching that one next.
Yeah, that one was like I really enjoyed that one. The only thing I'll say, I won't spoil anything, is just the ending kind of fell flat for me. But beyond that, no, the whole way through, I was like, wow, I was interested. I thought it was shot well. I thought it was really good.
I'll check it out.
I definitely like it better than The Substance, but
I watched Long Legs, man. People were talking about Long Legs. I watched Long Legs. It was okay. I thought that movie was like, eh.
See, I haven't seen it yet. I saw it's on streaming, so I'm gonna check it out. But I kept hearing a lot of people say that it was good, but then as time went on, I was hearing like other people saying it's like what you were saying. It's like it's all right, or it's this, or it's not.
There's some cool parts, and I can see where people like took things that they liked and ran with it, or something like that. But the movie itself, in the whole, it was like, it was all right.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. I know Corey has seen Long Legs, and he didn't like that one, right, Corey?
Yeah, sorry, I was just taking a drink right when you asked me a question. Yeah, I get a lot of grief about that. But I didn't hate it. Like that's one that I said I want to watch that again. I'm gonna give it another run through. But I was with a group of about 5 or 6 people with me, and I was the only one out of that group that came out that was like, meh, and everybody else was like, this is the greatest thing ever. And I just felt more like I don't know what I missed, you know?
Yeah, I watched it with my wife, and we were both like,
Yeah. Okay, so you had a similar feeling where you were.
Yeah, I thought it was okay. Like I heard that was
Yeah.
great. People were talking about it. And I watched it for that reason. When I watched it, I was like, okay, Nicholas, he looked kind of spooky in his face,
Yeah.
and besides that, nothing special here.
Yeah, so that's how I walked out of it too. I'm not saying I hated it, but I was not.
I didn't hate it. I thought it was okay. I was
a little disappointed. I'll say that, but I want to watch.
Substance was way better. Way better.
I need to see that one. I have not seen that yet.
You gotta check that out. That movie was pretty cool, man. Like
I heard it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's good. It was good.
It's good. I would just say, like, for me, I mean, I was telling Rob, like, for me, when I saw it, I was like, oh, it was a solid 8. But then as I started thinking about it more, dissecting it more, and thinking about, like, what people were saying was, like, you know, all up here, it became a 7, and which is still not bad. I mean, I still think it's a good movie.
Yeah, but that happens these days, because like most movies are shit.
Yeah.
So when people go to a movie theater and they watch a really good movie, it's like the best movie ever. Because there's like every other movie they're watching is crap usually.
Yeah, true.
And then you watch it and you let it simmer for a bit, and you watch it back and you say, okay, you know, it's a good movie, but it's not like this or that because now now the smoke is settled, you know, like the dust is settled.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Looks like Stacey's saying 80s Made would have traded Cusack and Grosse Point Blank for Emilio Estevez and Men at Work. Would you accept this trade if it was proposed? No, I wouldn't.
I like the original lineup on that one. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Men at Work, I mean, that was written and directed, I think, by Estevez, right?
It was, yeah. I believe so.
And I mean, Cusack's one of my favorite actors, and I mean, I just
I enjoy him too. Yeah.
I love Grosse Point Blank. I mean, I think, you know, him and Grosse Point Blank. I mean, that's perfect. The soundtrack's great. The movie's funny. It's like a dark comedy. You know, it's like that's one of my favorites. Aside from High Fidelity, I mean, Grosse Point Blank.
Those two of him are like my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Grosse Point Blank and High Fidelity. But Emilio Estevez, I believe you're right. He wrote that or directed, whatever. He had a lot of input on that one, and I think his relationship with Charlie Sheen, that it worked well with that.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's why and I love Men at Work. That's another film like what we were talking about earlier. I saw it on TBS, and I mean, I love that film too. You know, it's just I couldn't see Cusack playing that role. You know.
No, that's what I was going to say. A lot of like, I mean, I guess he could do the role. It's not
right.
like, I'm not trying to say he couldn't do the role, but I mean, like, especially that kind of like, you know, Emilio Estevez is different kind of delivery and everything like that. John Cusack, you know what I mean? Like he's a little bit more. I want to say he's a little bit more grimy. Like think about John Cusack playing Emilio Estevez's role in Young Guns.
Yeah, I couldn't see that.
Right.
No, right?
Right.
No, I couldn't see that. I mean, John Cusack has done a Western. He did. What was that movie?
I have a Western tape of it with him in it.
Is it Little Bear or something like that?
Something like that. Yeah, I got it in the Western section over there.
And he was good in that, but he was more serious, not like you know, Young Guns. I mean, I could probably see him as a role in Young Guns, but not Billy the Kid.
No, because Emilio Estevez, he's got that Joker kind of feel to him, but you still believe that he'll shoot you. John Cusack, he doesn't kind of look like a guy who will shoot people. You know what I mean? Like,
right. That's what I was going to say. He's got a different attitude to him.
Yeah.
You know, like not saying good or bad, but he fits the role. I don't know.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like a killer. You know what I mean?
Right,
He's more of like when he plays like a Con Air, like an agent or that Edgar Allan Poe movie or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's almost like the reluctant hero sometimes.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have that swagger. And I'm not saying in a bad way because I love John Cusack, but yeah, it's just a different character. And
exactly. It's a different delivery. So
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Man, I'm like I was catching up. Now I'm like getting behind again. Also, what starring role of Cusack would you trade for starring role of Estevez? I don't know, man. I can't.
None.
I couldn't.
Yeah, we just had a conversation on that. We decided zero.
Yep. None.
Money says, did it ever
decision made
across the board?
Sorry to like Trump.
Final answer is zero.
Yeah. Did it ever chap your ass when a movie would have a scene where the family's at breakfast and there would be a whole spread laid out and they would all take like 2 bites?
We were talking about that earlier too. Where like people were like ordering a bunch of food and they don't even take a bite and they got like, oh, emergency call, we gotta go, and like not eat any of the food. So I would say yes. When you see a breakfast laid out and you'd be like, I'd love to dig into that, and they're just like bite one and then they're out of there. Yeah, for sure.
It's like there's some 80s movies you can put on and watch, and you watch the scene and the person's cutting with the knife and fork on the plate the whole time, never takes one bite.
Yes.
Yep.
Through the whole scene, whatever it is, and talking, chopping and moving stuff around, and chopping and moving and talking and moving stuff around, and go to take a bite, not take moving around, take a drink, but moving around. You pay attention to eating habits, and you're like, what the hell are they doing?
Yep.
That's why I said we're gonna do a stream of our favorite movies where people actually eat the food.
Number one film on that list, Universal Soldier.
Oh, nice, because he digs down
in the
diner. In that diner,
in the diner. That's right.
Yeah,
like eating popcorn, eating hot dogs and sandwiches.
But they're like bringing more out, and the lady's like, man.
Yeah, that's an epic scoff. That's true. I gotta have to watch that.
I forgot about that, but yeah, me too. He's digging down.
Yeah, man, that's probably like the only film in history. Because even if you watch like another good one that I would tell people is American Psycho. Like he never eats through the whole movie. Like he orders all this food. You see him like about to like do something, but he never eats. Like he never eats. Everybody else, you see some other people like eating stuff, but he'll order all this food and he never touches it, or he'll just like pretend like he's like doing something, but he'll never like eat it. But I'm
gonna watch that differently the next time.
That's probably like some kind of like tip to like speed or cocaine or something, or just like racing and burning up your energy and not eating.
Yeah, he's running off of something different.
Well, it's the drugs and the liquor, because like you see him drink the whole movie.
Yeah.
But it's like you never see him like actually eat anything. It's like, but I think it goes back to him wanting to be like super thin and all like.
Well, he's wanting to fit in, so he'll order the fancy meal and sit there and fit in with the people. But like you said, I'll have to watch that again differently now the next time. But like if he's just playing with the food, cutting it up, but not actually eating it, but it's the alcohol and the drugs and stuff that he's actually.
I want to ask you, Larry. The people asking the questions are they still watching?
Let's see. I have to scroll down, man. Let's see.
No, I mean like how many people are watching right now?
12.
Oh, well, they might be still there then. Nice.
Yeah, so I skipped ahead. So
despite of me being here, they're still no.
No, man. Stacy's here. Ginger Ninja's here. This is the last one from Stacy.
Cool.
Man, we're just talking about her indoor theater. Spoiler alert, I fucking love Universal Soldier. I was like, who doesn't?
That's such a good movie. It's a fun one. I'll agree, cheesy, but good. It's a fun one.
Okay, I gotta take a leak, guys, and I'll be right back.
All right, man. I'm gonna catch up on the chat so we can start getting. Let me scroll back up.
We're getting to the point of the conversation where there's like little departures that we'll have to take once in a while.
Yeah. So and we're getting up there almost to 3 hours. So yeah, I didn't think we were gonna go that long. That's crazy.
We're like half done now, right?
Yeah.
Larry's like, no.
My buddy Ross, thanks for stopping by, brother. Dan was saying earlier, and nobody eats it. It's like, yes, it's annoying and wasteful. Yeah, pretty much. I like the paper grocery bags in movies with celery and you always see that in theaters too, where like you see just the stalks of like celery or lettuce sticking out the top. What's better, Evo Destruction or Free Jack? Dang, I like both of those movies. You know what? No, I say I'll go with Free Jack. Although Eva Destruction might be the better film, I still go. I mean, I love Free Jack more. I've seen it a lot more.
I'll go with Free Jack as well.
Jim says I have to run, but happy birthday again, Larry, and I hope everyone has a great night. Corey, I'm really looking forward to our stream tomorrow night, buddy. So yeah, definitely, at the end of the stream, Corey, make sure you pimp that out so everybody can go check it out tomorrow. And if y'all and all of y'all, if y'all haven't followed Rob or Corey or anybody else that was on the panel, you owe it to yourself to check these guys out and check them out, their channels and stuff, because they all have great content. The IT crowd one. Oh, I love that, man. That's where I first saw Matt Berry, man. He's great. You really are the most divisive bastard in New York City. Yeah. From What We Do in the Shadows. Ginger says Tim Roth and Incredible Hulk. 4 Rooms. Yeah, that's another one. It's another good one. Did you ever see that one, Corey?
I have not.
That one's really good. That one's like an anthology thing. It's got like different stories, and it's based off like rooms and Tim Roth is like the bellhop or the bellboy, and it's just like this one crazy night. Banderas is in it. Who else?
4 Rooms. Yeah, that movie is pretty cool.
I have not.
That one's really good.
I haven't seen that one.
Madonna's in it. It's like all these like random like stars are in it. And I think one segment was directed by Robert Rodriguez, and it has like Antonio Banderas.
Yeah,
and
it's
then,
four different like tales, like 4 different rooms, 4 different directors.
What's her name? Oh my God, Marissa Tomei's in it. Like it's just like it's crazy, man. It's like it's really good. That's one you should definitely check out, Corey. Isn't
that the one where isn't that the movie where Quentin Tarantino's in the room doing some lines with Bruce Willis or something?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
And I don't want to. It's at the end, so I don't want to give too much away. See, this is how far back I am. They were saying bye to Marty. Marty was gone. Like,
see ya, Marty.
Hey,
that's how I do my live streams. I fall behind pretty easy.
Last Action Hero was my first Arnie movie I ever watched as a kid, and I always loved it. Yeah, I still dig it. I mean, it's fun. It's fun cheese, No,
but think about it though. Think about if they can do that movie today with Arnie being old, but still like pull it off. That exact movie today that never came out is coming out today. People would love that movie.
Oh yeah,
yeah, absolutely.
I think that's why like nowadays people are starting to get like a renaissance for it and stuff like that. Like I remember back in the day, people were like, "Oh, it's not a good Arnie film," or "It's kind of his decline." And I don't know. I always dug it back then, and I still think it's hilarious when what's his name when he first drawing a blank, the villain where he's out there and I just shot somebody, and
yeah, that's my favorite villain, man. Charles Dance. I love that dude. Love that dude, man.
My sweet brother Noomsy.
Yeah, and the brother Noomsy and the Golden Child. I love him, man. And then he was a Lannister in the Game of Thrones there.
What was in Golden Child where he was like the I want to and he's doing the
Sodom Numspa.
Yeah. Sodom Numspa. My sweet brother Noomsy.
I will ask you a question.
It's forgiven me.
I've not seen that one in a long time.
I love that movie,
Golden Child.
That movie's awesome.
It's been a long time.
Ain't nothing wrong with my yang.
I don't know why that freaked me out as a kid. The whole when they were trying to feed him the oatmeal and there was the blood underneath it, and
that was nasty,
cut into.
Man.
Yeah. But it was like to try to if he he would eat that, he would become more mortal and like vulnerable and
the impurity, make him impure.
Yeah.
Yeah, even the creature effects at the end when he turns into that gargoyle looking thing. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, not only that, when he makes the Pepsi can turn into the tap dancing little creature and all that stuff was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then he just like thumps on it. No, guys here. Hey, Corey, Larry, and other cats. Everyone, please hit the like button. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for stopping by. I'm sorry I missed your comment. If you're still here or not, thank you so much for coming by. Ant reviews things. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for coming by. Oh, here we go. comfort movies: Big Lebowski, Caddyshack, The Thing, Dust Till Dawn, Batman '89, Stripes, Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
It's
All
kind of
Yes, on all
hard.
accounts.
It's hard to argue any of those right there.
Let's see, 14 watching, 25 likes. Thanks so much, and thank you everybody again in the chat. We'll be wrapping this up soon. I believe.
Everybody go and subscribe to my
Everybody.
channel and Wilkie's channel so we can all catch up to Larry's 1,000K, and we.
Yeah. Before you came back, I was talking about that. If y'all haven't subscribed to anybody here, I mean, you owe it to yourself to check out these guys' content, man. It's like a lot of good stuff.
The Sekis.
Yes, sir. Sorry, that was what I went and grabbed after my last break.
Oh
yeah. What do you got there?
I'm drinking a Sapporo.
Oh, yeah, nice.
I believe the children.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think so too.
Hey, Al, thanks for stopping by, good sir. The Bat is here with us. Let's see. I think Larry should play Billy the Kid. I don't know if I wouldn't be that good at it.
Treat them well and let them lead the way.
Yeah, can't forget Leprechaun in Space. Yep. Love as above, so below. Yeah, see, I gotta check that one out. I've seen the poster for it, and I like the poster. It looks interesting. I definitely got to check it out.
Can I say something about the horror community from what I see?
Yeah.
Are people talking about movies and stuff? There's a horror movie that I saw in the theater that I think is pretty good, and nobody ever talks about it. And I want to know what you think about it. Drag Me to Hell.
Oh, I like that one.
It's been.
No, I never see any reviews about that movie. I don't see anybody ever talking about that movie. And that movie was like, I saw it in the theater. I thought that movie was pretty good.
Yeah.
What's interesting about that one? I haven't seen it in a long time, but I feel like it's getting a resurgence right now. Like I'm hearing more people talk about it because I think they just did
there's a new fancy release that came out for that.
So like everyone's like, oh, I love that movie and all this stuff, and I was like, that's weird because I hardly like Rob said, I hardly ever hear anybody talk about it.
No, you don't hear nothing about that movie. That movie's pretty cool. It's got a great title. I mean, Sam Raimi, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty much like you watch it, it's like there's Deadites in it, pretty much. Like I mean, I hear
nasty as hell, man. Supposed to see that gypsy drooling all over her face and everything like that. I think.
Yeah, I have a regular old Blu-ray of that, but there
Justin Long is in it. I mean, what else more do you need?
Yeah, there's a lot of names, and they have a nice new release that came out for that. I just didn't pony up for that yet.
Yeah, I haven't either. Silverlight saying they re-released Blair Witch 2, or going to as the director intended, so it'll look more true to high eight tape. Oh, cool. I guess that's the new one that was announced. Was it last year? That was released last year. I think they did another. I think they did one.
It makes sense, right? Because you'd figure like back then when they were making that movie, they didn't want to. They wanted to look like a tape, like to a certain extent.
Yeah, that's why it looks so like grainy and everything, and I think that's why going back to the 80s and stuff, like all that grain and everything that adds to like horror movies back then.
Yeah.
At least that's. My main thing with a lot of modern movies is they look too polished.
Yeah.
That's my biggest complaint for the most part. Ginger also said Blair Witch Project, Book of Shadows, and then that remake or whatever that nobody liked.
Yeah, it's true. When you're watching like a modern day kind of like a horror movie or like maybe an independent film or something like that, and you're trying to get into like the creepy part where she's walking down the hall or creeping around the corner or whatever it is, but the image is so crisp, it's so clear, the colors are so nice, you don't feel scared in any way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like it's almost like you're watching like an after school special kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, but
I agree with you. There's a lot of those older ones. You're talking about the dirty, gritty, like grainy film. Like
the look of the tape, like
it added to it because it was like that. I don't know. maybe it's leaning into what we were talking about with Blair Witch Project, where when you went and saw it in the theater and you didn't know if it was a real film, and you're watching these old horror films, and they're the dirty, grainy, like filmed on home video type of movies that it just added a little grit to it, and yeah, I mean it added
It matches
to the
the theme that you're
mystique.
watching, man. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's what I'm trying to say. It matches the theme you're watching. Now, when you're watching a horror movie and it's so polished and glowing and beautiful colors and light, it doesn't match like what you're watching, really.
I agree completely.
My biggest argument, or I guess my biggest, is for comparison is The Thing and then The Thing prequel or whatever, the 2011 one. If you watch both of those, like you watch the original or Carpenter's The Thing, I mean, it looks incredible, the practical effects, everything. And then you watch the 2011 one, which I've only seen once, and I was just like, it's too clean. The world doesn't feel lived in. That some of it doesn't really make sense for the time. I'm not being like male chauvinistic or anything. But if you really think about it, if it's really a prequel to The Thing, out there in the Antarctic, there's no way it's going to have like one or two women in a whole thing full of guys back then.
Right.
Like realistically, that's not going to happen, And it's like I said, it's nothing against that there's a woman or anything like that. I mean, I actually that actress, I liked her in 10 Cloverfield Lane. She was great in that. But no, I mean, it's just, it looked too clean. It looked too polished. The CGI was dodgy as shit. But yeah. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I mean, that's my biggest, okay, compare those two movies. One came out in 82 and still holds up, looks friggin' amazing. And this other one came out in 2011 and it's like, It's like,
yeah. I haven't seen that 2011 version, so.
I saw it once. Funny story, a buddy of mine, we were at a Texas Frightmare and they had I talked about earlier, what's it called? Half Price Books. They had a booth there and they had like VHS there, or no, they had VHS and they had DVDs and stuff. And then my buddy was there and this girl was there and she's like, "Oh, The Thing," and she's gonna go grab it and he's like, "Oh, that's a remake," and she's like, "Oh," and then she just like walked away. But coincidentally, my buddy, he grabbed that DVD and he bought it because he was like, "Oh, you haven't seen The Thing 2011?" I'm like, "No, why would I?" And he's like, "You should watch it at least once." And I was like, "Okay." So then we watched it that night. I was like, "Yeah, the ending is good." I'll say the ending where they connected to. I think they did a really good job of that ending where they connected to Carpenters. I thought that was pretty cool.
I think I might give it a chance because of the subject, because of because of what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I try not to I don't really pay much attention to those movies because I love Point Break. Am I going to watch the new Point Break?
Oh, no way.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to go close to that movie.
Or like Roadhouse. Or that Roadhouse remake or whatever with Gyllenhaal.
I did watch the Roadhouse movie because I love Roadhouse and I don't mind Jake Gyllenhaal, and I tried to give it a chance, hoping that I would find a gem like Maverick, and I did not find that.
I have not watched it yet. And it's not because I don't have anything against it, but I just haven't gotten around to watching it yet.
Yeah, it's not Roadhouse.
Yeah,
I
the original is awesome. I have so much fun with that one.
And I mean, you don't want it to be the exact same as the original, but you want to have some kind of, there's a couple of factors involved. You want a little bit of an homage. You want
a little connection.
Like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You want something fresh. You want all these kind of things, and that's why it's hard to please people when you do these kind of things. But yeah, they didn't. I mean, listen, I don't know who told anybody that CGI fighting is the way to go.
No.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's just, maybe Gyllenhaal couldn't pull it off. I don't know.
No, I mean, you're redoing an '80s movie, a fighting '80s movie about a bouncer, and you're going to do the fighting in CGI for real?
Yeah.
How could you make it not feel like that movie by doing that? That's how.
Yeah.
I think he could be able to do it. I just think it was probably a decision out of his realm. I don't know.
No, I don't think
he's an athletic dude. I mean, he's
yeah. I don't think.
Yes,
I don't think
that's what I'm
nothing
saying.
against-
Well,
nothing
all the
against-
people in the movie were athletic. It's just
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway,
yeah. No, I agree with you. Like, why lean on that? Like, why not make it more practical?
it's bad decision making, man. It's like
Yeah.
people make it's for me. It's like one of those another like example of people making movies about you know, like that have something to do with other movies that people have connections with that they don't have connections with.
Right.
So that's what happens. They got to be made by like semi fans or fans or somebody who knows what fans want. Because
who
when you
actually care about the movie.
yeah, when you try to make a movie like that and you don't know what fans want to see and the connection and everything like that, and you just come up with some stupid shit like that, it's like you butchered that for me. You know, it's yeah, you know, that movie was pretty bad. That's probably I'll put that on my the worst movie I've seen in the past while list.
Sorry, I just happened to see a comment that popped up. But Ginger Ninja put out there. He goes, Conor McGregor was terrible in that. The CGI was better than his acting. Sorry, I just saw that and it made me laugh.
No, it's true too, man. Like I don't even. It's such a cash grab bullshit. Like
yeah.
For me, it was like almost like a joke to people watching. If you do you want to see Conor McGregor walk around like this, smiling,
Yeah, exactly.
smiling, and like having a voiceover the whole time, and CGI fighting? Go ahead, watch that.
That's you should. It's a good thing. I guess it's a good thing Marty's not here because Marty would, man, he hates McGregor. He'd be like going on a whole thing about Conor
I don't
McGregor.
hate McGregor. I mean, when I used to watch UFC, I watched the up and comings of McGregor and everything like that, and I was a fan of UFC at that time, and I enjoyed him and everything. But as an actor, like, why are you going to come and butcher a movie that's part of my genre and repertoire and lifetime with this fucking bullshit? Like,
hence Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Give me another example to throw up.
Yeah. That's why I don't watch new movies.
Yeah. Lamonia says, I haven't purchased anything in a year. I just live vicariously through my friends like collect it all. Ginger saying, I wish I would like to see a Hard Eyes figure. The mask is friggin' cool. That's one I need to check out. I hear good things.
I agree. That would be a cool figure, especially if it had the red glow to the mask. But
that would be cool. Yeah. So yeah, and then NECA could do it because I mean, there's several Predator figures that you just push a button and their eyes light up. So.
That would work for it completely. That was one that I had fun with it, but I know some people. There was way more comedy to that movie than horror. There was definitely horror and some gore to it, but I know some people were turned off because it was way more comedy than they thought they were gonna get when they went into it. But I still had fun with it. But I agree that mask is pretty cool. If you could have the hard eyes glow up, it'd be pretty cool.
Looks like Shermalos is here. So I just ate shrimp, fried rice, and egg rolls. Oh, nice. I'm watching Leprechaun 2. Nice.
I want that now.
I'm hungry now, yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting to there too, guys. We might have to wrap this up soon. We're at 3 hours now, so like, yeah.
Halfway done, we're gonna think about supper.
We gotta give the people what they want, boy.
Yeah, there's still 13 people that are still watching, man. Like, man,
going strong.
Silverlight's still here again. Thanks so much, brother. Thanks for that's definitely much appreciated. You didn't have to, man. Just you being here, man. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Absolutely.
Good. I can't wait for Scream 7. That's a franchise I can't get behind. Ghost Kitty, yeah. That's what's sneaking up on you. Heavy breathing, intensified. No, actually, it was Ellie. It was my other cat, which I was surprised, and then she started messing around with the cable. I was like, hey, take it easy.
They know how to get on your nerves, man.
We just saw the door opening, and we were like, are you going to be taken out here pretty soon, or?
Yeah, I'm about to, y'all never see me again. I think I sent both of y'all that same meme. If you never get memes from me ever again, call somebody or something like that.
Exactly. If you've gone 24 hours without a meme from me, call somebody, please.
Your door opening in the back reminds me of the movie Host, crazy ass movie I saw, a horror movie, but viewed through a webcam chat. Yeah, I've heard of it. I haven't seen that one. Have y'all seen that one?
Host?
I have
By
not.
name, no.
I have
I'd
not.
have to see.
No.
I'd have to like reference it somehow.
So I haven't seen Rise of Palpatine because Last Jedi left a bad taste in my mouth. Yeah.
Oh, look at you dropping different stuff. No, I'm not judging. I'm not judging.
Well, then here we go. Double Dragon. Yep. Bowie Rules. Yeah. I think. Oh man, here we go.
Double Dragon for life.
Yep. Nope.
Laying Out with the Devil is good, Rob. So yeah, there's another one. Yeah, like
I really enjoyed that one. Surprised me. I saw that in the theater literally last night. I'm a very small market. The last night that they had that in the theater, I was in there. I was the only person in that theater watching.
That's awesome. I love that.
And it freaked me out, but it was such a great experience, and I love that movie. And I bought it, and I have it.
Cool. I'm gonna watch it because I heard that was good. So that's the next one I'm gonna check out.
I liked it. I know it's a little different, and it's not for everybody, but
I was
maybe. What's that?
I was going to say this before. I went and saw like the new Beetlejuice in the theater, like the Beetlejuice, and I was like one of like maybe 5 people in there, and I thought that movie was good, man. But a lot of people tore it up, didn't like a lot of things, but I thought it was like a good effort, you know?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I was telling my wife when we went to go see it, it was like I want to see a prequel of Beetlejuice and his wife when they're talking in like Latin or something like that.
Yeah.
And like I want to see a movie of that.
With the dub over?
Yeah, the dub over. I thought that was so hilarious. Like I want to see that. Russell's long legs got run over by the hype train.
Yeah. I went and saw it by myself, man. I had a good time. I thought it was great.
Well, and that's where I think that's one I gotta watch again. I was with a group of people. Everybody walked out of that just high on the movie. I didn't hate it, but I was not as high as everybody else. But I know that's one I want to rewatch again. So I have a lot of those movies where I'm like, it didn't click with me, but it's at the point where I'm not like saying it's like, oh, it's horrible. I need to give it another shot.
I was high when I watched the movie, so I enjoyed it.
Yeah, so you loved it. You loved it. Best movie. Maybe that was my problem. I wasn't. And so
it was on last night. Actually, it was on TV last night, so I watched it again last night on TV. It was pretty cool.
Long Legs?
No, I'm talking about the Beetlejuice.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about Long Legs.
No.
Juice 2. No, what's interesting is like I guess bad like movies that for me like I was super hyped for Abigail.
Oh yeah.
I went to go see it and I was just like, okay, I was like, eh. And then all these other people were saying like, oh, it's great, it's fun, it's this and this. I was like, did I see the right movie? Did I miss something? Maybe eventually I'll go back and watch it. The girl that played Abigail, the main character, she was amazing in that. And also Kevin Durant, Peter.
Yes.
Like he was the second best part of that film. I mean, I met him at Frightmare and I told him like, man, aside from the girl, like you both were my favorite parts of that movie. I didn't tell him like it was a bad movie, but I mean, I told him like those two were like, they were my favorite parts of the film.
Could you imagine that movie though? Maybe you were okay with it. Maybe you didn't see it, but man, could you imagine watching that movie not seeing some of the trailers leading up to that? I think I would have had a bigger aha moment, like, ooh, this is where we're going, or this is what's going on.
If they would have pulled From Dusk Till Dawn and not revealed her as not reveal her as the vampire, that would have been amazing. I would have been like, whoa.
I agree with you. I still had fun with the movie. I had fun with it, but man, if I would not have seen that trailer, there's a moment in that movie where I think it would have hit way different.
Mm-hmm. But even the guy that plays Dracula at the end, like I was just like, this guy's Dracula, this reject from like Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't that menacing. I felt Dan Stevens as the vampire was more menacing than.
Which movie are you talking about?
Abigail.
They have a good cast in that though too, because
Dan Stevens,
Dan Stevens, the cop, the former cop guy that's in there.
Mm-hmm.
I've liked him in a few different things.
No, I didn't see that. I keep thinking of Annabelle.
Oh yeah.
That's why. That's a main reason why I wanted to see Abigail, because it was like, okay, well, it's supposed to be like a reimagining of Dracula's daughter, and it was Dan Stevens. I was like, oh, cool, man, I want to check this out. And from the trailer, the dialogue kind of put me off. I was like, oh, it's one of those movies where the humor didn't stick for me.
Right.
You know, it seemed like they were using nothing against using like profanity or cuss words, but I felt like most of the dialogue was just that. I was just like, okay, well, to me, that's kind of like lazy writing, you know? And it was like when the jokes are just profanity ridden, it's like, well, that's not really funny to me, you know? I mean, if it's done well, like, yeah, I'll it'll be funny, but I don't know, it just seemed kind of didn't hit. I don't know, it just didn't hit for me.
But I'll say with that one, I'm just looking at the names because I'm bad at the names. But Dan Stevens, I really liked him in that, and a few other things. Catherine Newton, I thought I really liked her in there. But Kevin Durant, yeah,
was also
2024.
Yeah, he's awesome in that.
Oh yeah, he's great in it. Yeah. Also Barrera.
Oh yeah.
From
gosh,
when
I'm
she
so
got
bad. Melissa.
Yeah.
Melissa.
After she got kicked out of Scream.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch Abigail, Larry. I'm gonna let you know about that profanity because I love profanity, and
you'll come back and tell us it's too tame. They
even
did not,
though
they didn't
what
cuss enough.
You know what the captain said to me? Did you watch the stream last week? Captain told me that he thought that I was like too nice. And I'm like, I know that's like a Canadian thing. Canadians are nice, but I mean, what do you want me to do? Like, you want me to do an Eddie Murphy, like an Eddie Murphy stick for you, or I just talk about like like genitals and
grab your crotch all the time
and say like, all kinds of curse words over the 40? What do you mean?
Somebody says that to you, and you're just like, here, hold my beer. Like I'll show you nice.
No, I thought I'd get more raunchy sound bites out of you because you know how he does like those highlight reels.
Yeah,
right.
So he was like, I thought I'd get like more raunchy things that you would say, and I'm like, well, I mean, I do know that there's people watching.
Yeah,
I guess I could be more that way. I don't know. I didn't think of it like that, but.
Well, you know what's better is not think about it. Just like do you, and
yeah. But I mean,
if it comes out, it comes out. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
I was bugging him because my Static Realm. I'm wearing the Static Realm T-shirt today.
Nice.
See, I showed the Mount Rushmore of me on top.
There
it is. Rex Flexor. There you go.
Check that out, man. Anyway.
That's awesome.
When I put the Static Realm out, I'm going to show you a little bit of inside information with everybody. Cap was like, "Oh, I don't know, he judged me a little bit harshly, in my opinion, and he was like, I don't know, you're a little bit vulgar, comedy a little bit because I had aliens having sex and things like that,
But then on the flip side,
it's funny, you know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's fine. He participated in it, and he gave me video, and there's no problem with it like that. And I have no problem with his criticism or anything like that. But I mean, it just made me laugh because then he was like, "Oh, you're telling me I'm not. I'm a little nice.
You're not crude enough."
Yeah, I was too crude before, but I'm not crude enough now.
You got to find the middle ground. Come on, man.
Anyway, yeah. Sorry, Captain.
You can't please anybody, right?
Men at Work is so good. It's an awesome movie. Yeah, definitely.
It's fun.
Cusack is awesome, even in Cell, except the ending. Favorite 3 Bruce Willis performances?
Die Hard. Moonlighting.
Oh, nice.
I liked him. I liked that show. I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that show, yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh, 3. I'm blanking. I always trip up on 3rd. I can do 2, but then.
What about you, Rob?
I'm gonna go with obviously Die Hard. The second one, I love The Fifth Element, and
that's a good one. Yeah.
The third one, let's do something a little bit. I'm gonna say 12 Monkeys.
Oh, nice.
Mine will probably be obviously Die Hard, Fifth Element, and Last Boy Scout.
Nice. Yeah.
I mean, Last Boy Scout. I just love that movie, man.
Yeah.
I guess
I saw that theater too.
that would be another comfort film for me. It's just I could just like listen to it. It's funny.
It's almost kind of surprising there was no Pulp Fiction between the three of us, but
well, I feel like that wasn't really his movie. You know?
Yeah. No, I can
mean,
see
he's
that.
good in it.
No, yeah, but he's a side character kind of.
Yeah, he doesn't really do much in that movie either, right?
Right.
No, he does, but I mean, like
well.
a lot, like isn't there like 15 minutes where you only see half his face or something, or I don't know, like
yeah,
you know, Quentin Tarantino is. There's something weird going on with that, but
you know, I actually kind of like him in Looper. Yeah, you like Looper at all?
I have not seen that movie
I don't
yet.
think I've seen that one.
You've
I
never
know what
seen
you're talking about.
Looper?
No.
It's got what's his name?
Gordon Levitt. Yeah,
he's playing like the younger version of
yeah, of him.
Yeah, it's got Tommy or whatever his name is from Third Rock.
Yeah. So not saying greatest movie ever, but I would say that's worth checking out. It's a fun sci-fi movie. Somewhat time travel movie, but yeah. I liked him in that too.
I have to check it out. I mean, I remember hearing about it and it looked interesting because it's like basically him, you know.
Oh, you know what's a good Bruce Willis movie I saw in the theater that was good?
Which one?
The Sixth Sense.
Oh yeah.
That's a good one.
Can't forget about that, but yeah.
I saw that in the theater. It had a good twist at the end, you know.
Yeah.
Had a New Kids on the Block kid all skinny and crazy looking in it and everything.
Nope. Well, if you watch Looper, you get a little younger Emily Blunt in that one too. So you know.
Oh wow. For this one, Medicine Man, I think the only other person I could see playing maybe Lorraine Bracco's character is Sigourney Weaver.
I would not change anything. No.
I mean, I wouldn't either. I mean, I like that. I actually like that movie, Medicine Man.
Yeah.
But if I had to substitute somebody out, I would probably go with Weaver. Jackal, Sixth Sense, Unbreakable. That's another good one.
Unbreakable. Thank you, Guy, for saying that one. That trilogy I actually really enjoy. Unbreakable is the best out of, in my opinion.
I don't know, man. Split is like.
But I really enjoy all three of them, and I know some people kind of hate more as the trilogy goes on, but I really enjoyed those three movies. So tell me what you were going to say, Larry. Sorry, I kind of cut you off.
No.
Split is.
I mean, Split. I mean, it's kind of like you don't really know. It's a part of that. So it's two different movies. So it's kind of like, but Split. I mean, McAvoy in that is just like, I'm surprised he didn't get nominated for anything for that film.
Well, you were talking about McAvoy earlier. Like I really enjoy him. He can bring it, and that
Jackal was shot in my hometown in Montreal. There's many shots of my subway system in my neighborhood in that movie.
Oh yeah.
And he also kills Jack Black in that movie.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I know some people that love that movie only because of that scene.
If you go,
because they're not big fans of Jack Black.
If you want to go and do like research, like take a look, the same metro system in the Jackal is the same metro system in the Punisher Warzone with Ray Stevenson.
Oh, nice.
For real? Oh, that's what's funny. They probably movies reuse like sets or like areas or cities, through different things. And it's probably kind of funny to watch it and be like, that's the same one that Jackal was in.
Yeah.
More love for Universal Soldier, of course.
There you go.
And then Ross is saying,
I'm all ears.
Yeah. I'm all ears. Yeah.
Lundgren. Yeah.
Yeah, I love him dialed up to like 1,000 in that film. It's like, he's my door cinema 150 is trying to make sure I can play whatever format. Oh yeah. I mean, again, I reassure you, I have no worry about.
Don't worry about the format.
Mm-hmm.
Mine sits like 5 comfortably. So, but we still enjoy the movie.
Mine is basically like this room. It's like the couch there. And then I need to get a couple bar stools for here because I guess spoiler alert, if you watch my videos, like it's basically a bar put together and it's like I can entertain, but I can also do my filming on there and stuff like that.
That sounds like a perfect entertainment room to me.
Nice.
And let's see, your favorite Golden Child scene? I think we all pretty much like. I mean, one scene I can't. Yeah, it's just like there's that one. There's a part where they're trying to smuggle the knife over.
Yeah,
it's like you make me sick. You make me sick, buddy.
My favorite scene
me
is.
out. Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
My favorite scene is when he picks his nose and wipes it on his jacket.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, when he steals
just gonna leave it there, right? Just gonna leave it there.
You're just gonna leave it there. Oh God, I forgot
let it
about that.
You're gonna let it freeze on your chest there.
Yeah. But the freakier scene was I always got freaked out about the whole oatmeal and the blood underneath them when they.
The other part I like when he first meets him in the merchant, and he's all like, "Oh, you speak English just fine. So do you. So what of it?"
Yeah.
The whole dragon lady parts, all those scenes with the dragon lady is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then you also got one of the guys from well, not just one. I mean, you got two guys from Big Trouble. I mean, you got Egg, and you got one of the Storms. He's the guy with the long hair.
Yeah.
And let's see. Guy saying, "Remember Gene Hackman? What are your 5 movies of his? 1, The Package with Tommy Lee Jones. 6 Sense with Haley Joel Osment. Hackman was in that? In the 6th Sense?
I don't know. I'd have to look that up. I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm just saying I don't.
So number 1 and number 4 is the same movie?
The Package, The Jackal. Huh.
No, this is 4 The Package and number 1 The Package.
I'll tell you, I can't tell you 5.
5 is The Jackal.
Oh, okay. 5 is The Jackal. Okay.
I probably won't throw out 5, but 2 of my favorites are the Hoosiers and Unforgiven.
He really likes The Package.
Clicking the Dead.
Hey, people like The Package,
My favorite Hackman movies would probably be Quick and the Dead.
Also Sam Raimi.
What's that? That submarine movie he was in. That was pretty good.
Oh, Crimson Tide.
That was going to be
that's
on my list.
That's a good one. I forgot about that one.
I saw that in the theater. Man, that's
a great one.
Yeah.
I forgot
War, man, by Hans Zimmer.
Superman.
Oh, yeah. I love Superman. That's a great one.
Part 4?
Yeah, no. Original.
How many is that? 3? 2, 4, 3 or 4?
3. That's 3.
3. Oh shit, 2 more.
I gotta look back.
Oh, you know what? What's that other one? I'm forgetting the name, but I love that movie. Royal Tenenbaums.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
He got the cancer. Pagoda.
That movie is so good, man.
Yeah, that one's this is our adopted daughter.
Yeah, that's I don't know. I got it's a good 4. That's a good 4, anyways. And I guess The Package. I'm gonna go with The Package because these are The Package number 1 and number 4. So I'm taking The Package as my 5th.
What about you, Corey?
That's where I can't come up with that many, but so I wasn't even thinking about Superman, but Superman is one of my favorite movies. I'm great about forgetting about people that are in movies. So I would definitely say that Unforgiven is a great one. Hoosiers is another one that I'll watch a lot. One, I'm not saying it's the greatest movie ever, but I remember watching a lot when I was younger when it came out. But Behind Enemy Lines. I'm not saying it's like greatest movie ever, but I had fun with it. I'm just trying to think of other ones to throw out there. But Enemy at the State with Will Smith. I thought it was a good one with him.
I don't think I've ever even seen that movie.
Oh, that was a good one. But Crimson Tide, when you threw that out, I completely was not even thinking about that. But that's a great movie. So it's kind of hard not to throw that one.
Young James Gandolfini.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are in that movie.
There's a lot of big cast.
So that for me, it would be not in any particular order, but Crimson Tide is definitely on there. Quick and the Dead, um, Runaway Jury. I don't know if y'all seen that one with Cusack. He's good in that. What's the other one? I had the list all in my head. Superman. I mean, I think I liked him as Lex Luthor. And then it's been a long time since I've seen it, but the only reason why I watched it is because a buddy of mine would always tell me to watch it, and French Connection.
What was it?
It's been a French Connection.
Oh yeah.
I need to watch that one still. I bought that one when there was the whole uprise of the censorship of the movie, and I grabbed one of the Blu-rays, and I have not watched it yet. So I'm a bad person.
What's your favorite rom-com between Hitch and Look Who's Talking and Something to Talk About? Out of all those, I would say Look Who's Talking. So Rob, Hitch. I say Look Who's Talking. What about you, Corey?
I honestly don't know if I've seen it. The only one I've seen is Look Who's Talking, so I'll say that one. Sorry, that's the only one I've seen. Yeah,
anything with Will Smith I'll watch. So Hitch is good.
Love Drag Me to Hell.
That's a good one. Yeah,
Drag Me to Hell was a Raimi flick, very under the radar. Yeah, I mean, if you watch it, you can definitely see, like, it is Raimi. Like, for the longest time, like with
it's super jumpy.
Yeah, but the same with Quick and the Dead. Like, when I first saw it, I didn't realize it was a Raimi film.
Yeah.
And I had seen it so many times, but I just never caught the credits that it was a Raimi film. And then when I was like, that makes sense. Like,
you go back and watch it, and you see all the fast shots. It's super fast and jumpy, like
all the Evil Dead cuts. You know.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy. There's a lot of those movies that you go back and watch, and you don't realize the connection between those. With a director, and I've done that many times where I'm just, and then you watch it again, and you're like, okay, I can, like you said, you can see those quick cuts, or this or that, or some little style things that they do, and you can tell it's the same director.
And Ginger put it greatly. Drag Me to Hell, story of going to work.
I think I responded, and I'm like, you and me both, man.
I hear that.
So Stacy says he wasn't in Sixth Sense. Yeah, I didn't think he was in. I don't remember. I didn't remember him. Hackman.
I guess I don't remember him.
He might have been in the Fifth Sense.
The fifth one, yeah, not the sixth.
When your family members streams, what? Will your family members be on streams with you? Is it lonely for them when you stream? No, because my wife is with her daughter.
No.
Yeah, they don't want to. They don't want any part of this. That's why I couldn't have my family on here.
It's kind of the same with me too, because they're doing other things while I'm doing this. So.
Yeah, exactly.
My wife is stopping my cat from scratching the door.
Shorty, man, that's another one I forgot.
Oh, I forgot about that one. Enemy of the State was one that I think I threw out, but
Get Shorty was great. I don't know if that was really, I don't know. But that movie was great. I like that one. That's another good one. I totally forgot.
No, he's not bad in Get Shorty. He's okay in Get Shorty.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Unforgiven though, and Hoosiers. Those are two of my tops of him. I'd say. But.
What I like about him is that he plays like a real hard guy. Obviously, like in most of his movies, plays a pretty good bad guy. But his comedy is good. His comedy is pretty good.
Yeah.
Wasn't he in that one movie with Sigourney Weaver and Jennifer Love Hewitt, Heartbreakers?
Yes. Yeah. Oh gosh, I forgot about that one.
Like he plays an old guy, like has money or something.
Yeah, he's funny, man. He's good with his comedy, man.
Crime comedy.
Rush Hour.
Oh,
that was a good one.
Okay, there you go. Sorry, I'm gonna cheat and just to agree with you because that's a great movie. Rush Hour and Rush Hour 2. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, Rush Hour 2 is good. 3 is started kind of.
Yeah. But the first two,
I like them all.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. But I wouldn't argue with that. But the first two, I think, are pretty good. Pretty good there. Or could you even say like Bad Boys?
Yeah, Bad Boys. I like Bad Boys 1 and 2. I haven't seen the other. I haven't seen 3 or 4. I didn't even realize there was 4 of them.
There's a lot now. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, what? 3 favorite NECA figures. Man, that's hard. It's gonna be Castlevania figures. I'm gonna go by the line, the Universal Monster line. That's one. The Castlevania line, which is an older line, and then my Dawn of the Dead figures. Those are probably my favorites. But that's hard, man, because the John Matrix figure is also one that's like a. And then there's also the NES Jason figure. I mean, it's just if I had to pick just 3, it's gonna be the Universal line, the Dawn of the Dead line, and then the Castlevania line. I mean, just those are the ones, especially the Dawn of the Dead and Castlevania. Those are like grail figures for me. Let's see. Got to get through this, man. We're going on 3.5 hours, man. I will have to cut it here soon.
We're cutting it off at 6 hours.
Whenever you're ready, buddy. Whenever you're ready.
Yeah, we'll just keep on talking until you tell us to shut up.
Yes, Hackman was in those. He definitely was not in Sixth Sense or the Jackal. Okay, yeah, I don't remember him there. Get Shorty and the man with one red shoe.
Oh, man with one red shoe. That was. Oh gosh, why am I blanking on his name? Anyway, we can keep on moving.
Interesting. Freddy Voorhees on Halloween. That's what I call myself.
If you had Freddy's hand, Jason's mask, and Michael's outfit,
what do you call yourself? A freak. Next question.
A criminal.
A criminal. That's a good one.
Wanted.
The ultimate slasher. Or if you had Freddy's sweater and skin, but Jason's potato sack, what would you call yourself? Man, that's a good question.
Not pretty.
I would start a whole new chain of horrors, and I'd call myself Curly Fries.
There you go. Look at that. Yeah, there you go. New franchise right there.
Oh, Curly Fries, man.
I love it.
Where's the professor? Professor,
I want more of that.
You gotta make something. No shade on McGregor, but damn, you got the money. Get the acting lessons.
You got the money. Stop acting. Don't go in movies.
Yeah. Just take a vacation.
You don't need to.
You help him and go into Little Moscow to find her with him. Yeah, of course. I'm sure it would be a fun adventure with Jack Burton. He's gonna be making you laugh the whole time.
Depends on if he's going in there with the Pork Chop Express, then no, we'll do it.
Yeah, if he's with the Pork Chop Express, and then you got to have like Wang in the back too, chilling with you guys. 14 people in here. I'm feeding the baby. Oh man, Don is still here
too, baby.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get going here soon. Oh, how's your little one, Don? I made honey. I multiplied myself with millions of Wayne Zelenskys running around trying to create inventions. Huh? That would be interesting. Make a bunch of Wayne Zelenskys. No. Robert, I currently. Oh, you already asked that. Kevin Durant is awesome, very underrated. He was great in The Strain. Yeah,
I agree. Yeah,
he was also great in. Oh my God, why am I? Legion.
Yeah.
And in Smoking Aces. I mean, man, he's good. He's good in everything. Wasn't the guy that played the vamp at the end of Abigail, Big Daddy Vamp? Was he in Watchmen? I don't know. I didn't recognize the guy.
I guess I don't know.
I met Kevin at Texas Farmer Weekend last year. It was my first con ever, and he couldn't have been nicer. Yeah, I met him last year too, Papa Guys. I mean, that guy was like super cool, man. He was like all excited and shaking people's hands and like hugging on people. Like, he was super cool. He was super nice. Like, it was great to meet him. Dempsey. Oh man, here's another one. Hudson Hawk. Love that movie.
Oh,
another Bruce Willis classic.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Kate Metz says Die Hard Fifth Element in honor of Ken advertising for the movie Apex. Hey, Casey, how's it going?
Casey, what's up, buddy?
Everybody's saying hi to Casey. Would you rather be a hacker in Die Hard 4 or a henchman in Last Boy Scout? Henchman in Last Boy Scout. That's an easy one because I just love the Bruce Willis in that. Is just like, plus Die Hard 4 I'm not a big fan of. Better than the Mission to Moscow one that they did after that.
But... well, I guess either or, you're still gonna die. So
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, you could be good-looking Timothy Olyphant, I guess.
I'd rather be a character that survives the whole movie, like the limousine driver.
Yep, I would rather be that. Oh, with the teddy bear, drinking.
Right.
Yeah, he's drinking beers and talking on the phone with his girl and listening to Run DMC and shit.
Yep.
Everybody's saying hi to everybody, and again, Papa Goss, thanks for coming back and hanging out with us, guys.
Yeah.
Let's see. Sorry, I accidentally mentioned the same movie. Thanks, Pop.
That's okay. We're just joking. You know, we like typos.
Has Iowa guest seen the package?
I only answer by my real name, so ask me again with my. I don't know. It depends what you think is a lot. I had 2, so there you go. Judge me how you will.
I'm trying to find your page to sub as well.
You just got to bring it up again. Bring it up again.
Now we got a bot here, I think.
A lot of beers today.
There's apparently 2 is pushing it, I guess.
Yeah, man, you better take it easy. I've had a lot of beers today because that's what I do.
Well, he sounds like you had a better day than I did. So,
well, I gotta give him a wrench. I haven't been streaming in a while, like on my own. So it's gotta have to give people some wrenches here. Because I think the last one I gave was pneumonia. It's been a while, but no, guy, I will fix that, sir. I will give you a wrench.
Fix it.
You are officially getting wrenched. Sounds dirty, but it's okay. Just take it.
Let's see. All right, so there you go. What about Young Frank? Yeah, Young Frankenstein. But I mean, I didn't really realize he was in Young Frankenstein or Young Frankenstein.
Young Frankenberry.
For Gene Hackman, he was the blind guy.
Yeah.
And there's a guy's channel. Everybody's there, and also Rob. Y'all subscribe to Rob and to Corey as well, and everybody else that was here. The captain, obviously Gareth and Marty as well, and each other. Everybody in the chat, subscribe to each other. Everybody's cool, man.
Yes.
Actually, never mind. I'm already sub to yours. LA, the greatest mod, Gene Hackman, family drama. He's called Misunderstood. It's the best movie in acting. Oh, okay. Disorganized crime. Johnny Dangerously. I would say that's another good comedy.
Oh, yes. There you go.
I completely forgot about that one.
I was just talking about that movie today, I think. Yay for curly fries.
My mother put me on a hook once.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about today. Once. Because at work, some guy said something to me, and I said, yeah, somebody said that to me once. And before I could say the second part, he knew what I was talking about, and he said, once? I said, yes.
Oh, no, that's a bad movie.
Yeah.
Cops and Robertsons. Oh. Chevy Chase and was it Jack Palance?
Yeah. I have it on tape. I remember watching it and being like,
Fix Felix.
Fix the Felix.
Take that wrench.
Take that wrench.
Hey now. We're getting
it. Take it, that you wrench.
And Cynthia Rothrock pair up for next. That would be an interesting buddy cop movie.
No.
Steve Guttenberg and Cynthia Rothrock.
No.
Not
Steve Guttenberg.
I'm just being a smartass.
I don't know about mentoring Tackleberry's daughter, but I mean,
I'm just saying that because she said I was from Iowa and I had too many beers, so I'm just being sarcastic now.
Oh,
too many beers is a lot more than 2 beers.
Well, and that's all I had, so apparently I'm a lightweight. So
let's see. Jury of My Cousin Vinny or Jury Duty. My Cousin Vinny because Pesci. I mean, Jury Duty, Pauly Shore. I'm gonna go with Marissa Tomei and Pesci.
Yeah.
I'd go.
I'm gonna go with the two. I'm gonna go with the two Utes.
The two youths.
Utes. Yep.
Sandra Bullock calls you for advice. She wants to know if she accepts the role for Jane Jetson. Sandra Bullock, I don't know. She wants to know 20 million. If she asks for 20 million.
No, go for 50.
Oh, she should ask for 25 million. Keep 5 and give me 20.
Yeah,
exactly. Crime funny movie that doesn't hardly get any recognition. My Blue Heaven. Ah, that's a funny one. Y'all remember that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically like one part of like The Sopranos or something like that, like a mobster
comedy,
story and a comedy or whatever.
Going into the
witness protection.
Yeah.
Man,
it's been a long time since I've seen that. Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, and of course, Russell. Thank you for stopping by. Gets are always a party when you're here. And I'm pretty much caught up with the chat. So.
Oh, there you go.
Finally,
we made it. We did it.
Look at you! Look at you!
I was blazing, man. I was like, okay, spitfire questions now.
We did it, buddy. We did it.
So Stacey says, I asked a question. I didn't say you had too many. You are saying you had too many.
What?
I don't know. Good day, Bruce, which is Russell.
Good day.
And so, I guess
my name's Bruce.
We caught up with the chat, and we're 340, man. I mean,
all I gotta say, I don't want to keep us too much longer, but if I could ever have a beard like Ginger Ninja, I'd be a happy guy. Look at that thing.
Well, I think you're on your way, my friend.
Yeah,
mine's just like a lot of white. He's got more color to me.
Well, one day he'll be there.
You got that good stripe, man.
I got the racing stripe.
Yeah. I mean, hey man, that yours looks so like mine's all. You can't really tell. Mine's like all over the place, and I have like one stripe of white.
I feel like mine's all over the place. I don't know.
Mine used to look like Larry's. It used to be black. It used to be black with just two little white strips here, and now it's what do you see now? This is not like this is all natural. This is the way he grows.
Maybe after doing all this YouTube stuff, every year we'll come back and look at how much more white is in my beard. So.
Our beards. When I started with the job I have now, I didn't have any white hair.
I had not grown this out in a really long time, and this is all new to me. This whole white stripe down here. So.
And if
it's cool how it stays in its little lane.
It does, doesn't it?
That's what I'm saying. It looks just perfectly like. I mean, it looks great, man. It looks all like
Yeah. So somebody asked me if I was going to color it. And I'm like, nah. I'm like, it's me. Take it or leave it.
I'll tell you this. Like, I had a buddy of mine that told me when he was like his hair was going gray. He's like, oh man, I hate having gray hair. Man, I hate having no hair.
Yeah. You're like, shut up.
I was like, if that's your biggest complaint, then I mean, it's like you're lucky.
Nah, I figure I'm just gonna go with what I got. It's what you are. So.
Yeah.
And I will say, if y'all haven't checked that out yet, make sure y'all go and look at Ginger Ninja's beard OF. By the way. And then Ginger comes back and says, "There's more silver in there than a gorilla."
I don't know. Maybe you and I got to compete then, Ginger. I got a lot of silver in there, man.
Yeah, but with his color, with the color of his beard,
maybe it stands out more.
With the silver highlights in the background, it's like it's when you see it in the sun, you stop and you get a tear and everything.
You're like,
a tear comes to your eye, and you hear music like, oh,
something special about that. That's probably true. And Larry's like, where did my stream go?
No, this is great, man. I just like it's hilarious.
It's fun hanging out. I'll say this. I know not to take too much longer, but I appreciate you having us on. It's always fun to hang out, and I appreciate you asking us to come on and hang out.
I'll say this. I'll say this again and again. Like, I'm super appreciative of you guys like coming on and hanging out with me for now for this long. And everybody in the chat as well. Like, again, we've
had a strong crowd. There's been a good chat going, man.
So I gotta definitely, thank you guys, guys that were here before, the captain, Marty, Gareth. I mean, all of y'all, like, honestly, it's one of those things where, like, I'm super appreciative of each and every one of you. Everybody in the chat, the same thing. I appreciate each and every one of you as well. Again, if y'all haven't checked out these guys' channels or anything like that, definitely check them out. I will leave their channels in the description once this is done. But yeah, all of y'all have made this, this birthday stream amazing, as well as, this, even the 1K celebration.
That's awesome in itself. I mean, that's pretty cool that you hit that, man.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the thing. Like I said earlier, it's like it's all of us. This is all of ours. I consider all of y'all family and stuff like that, and it's like I'm super appreciative of each and every one of you, and we'll definitely have to do this again. I mean, here we are, almost 4 hours. I mean, I didn't think it was going to be this long, but the chat got away from me, and everybody just seemed like everybody was having a good time. I mean, we still got, looks like 11 people watching right now. So
I had a good time, man, and I appreciate you having me here, and I'll do it anytime you need me. I'm here. So yeah.
Thank you, good sir. Like I said, I mean, I know you were taking a break last year, or else I would have had you on last year. I think, and the same with the captain. I thought y'all were just taking a break, so I was like, I didn't know if y'all would be available to do it, and
right.
It was just like, I think Corey, we met each other by that time. I can't remember.
I don't know if we did actually. It's crazy, but it feels like we've known each other for a long time. But I don't know if it was by that time or not. I'd have to go back and look. My time blurs.
Yeah, I definitely, and I mean, that's why I'm saying, like, this last year, I completed 2 years of the channel, and it just kind of, like, it was low key. I was like, wow, that was quick, It seemed like it just flew by.
Yeah. I can't recall how many times I say time blurs.
I do that all the time.
That's because that's the best description.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife makes fun of me all the time.
Because when was that? I was like, oh man, don't ask me that question. When was that, please?
Exactly.
Last week.
My wife will make fun of me because I'm always like, oh, the other day. I always say like, oh, the other day, and she'll be like, that was 10 years ago, Corey.
Yeah.
I'm always the other day.
The other day, see, the other day, yeah. See,
It could be anywhere from a day to 10 years ago, apparently, in my book. But
so it looks like we're arguing over beard color. Everything on my face is silver, according to Russell. And then according to Guy, I've got you beat on the silver and the beard, Corey.
There you go.
I'm coming for you, Guy. I'm working on it. Give me some time.
Everybody's saying good night and happy birthday. So yeah, I guess we'll wrap it up here, guys. Ellie says I have no concept of time either.
Yeah, I'm horrible with it for sure.
But guys, y'all want to talk about what you got coming up on your channels? I want to start off, Rob.
Well, Friday night, man. Friday night tape talk with Rob and the captain, as always. Stop by and
stay tuned. Yeah, stay tuned. Y'all tune into that. And again, everybody on the panel, y'all need to check out these guys. Or everybody in the chat, y'all need to check out everybody on the panel. And again, I'll leave links to everybody in the description. What about you, Corey? What do you got coming up?
I'll just say there's a variety of things like popping up, but I'll try to always put in my post page or whatever on YouTube of what's happening. So if you ever feel like checking it out, like go out there and check it out. But I'll just say thanks for having me on. I appreciate you asking me to come out and hang out. It's fun to first happy birthday and happy passing 1K and keeping on going. So that's cool to see too. And then just you won't have to twist my arm too hard to hang out and talk some stuff with y'all on movies or whatever else we're gonna do. So this was a joy. I had a really great time. I appreciate it. So thank you.
Same here.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. And I think I'll leave it with my stream, guys. I hope you have a great birthday on Wednesday, Larry. Thank you.
Are you gonna play your video before you sign out?
Oh, definitely, for sure. I was definitely planning on it, but One last time, guys, if y'all, in case y'all missed it earlier, I know Russell, probably didn't see it, and Casey probably didn't see it. And yeah, Green and Black Hearts. My sister from another Mr. Lay, loving Typo Negative. But here we go, guys. This was from our buddy Matt Pugwall316, my 3BB brother, along with Don. Hopefully Don's here. I don't know if he saw it earlier, but we'll leave it with this, guys. Thanks again, everybody, for coming and hanging out.
Later, guys.
As a fellow Canadian, I want to wish Larry a happy birthday and may you win all your battles.
Remember when I did that kick? I learned that shit from Larry. Happy birthday, bro.
I found a new way to save money. Stop Larry buying NECA figures. That's a joke because he buys a lot of figures.